البيت النهارده الدولار بكام انا ما اعرفش. ما اعرفش يعني دي كام. Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hey Chrissy, how are you?
All right, and you?
Not too bad. I just made you a co-host, you and Dr. Zach.
Okay.
So you guys can
Lovely.
share your screen if you like, or anything you want to do. You can go in and.
Okay, so Dr. Zach.
The sound is good. Dr. Zach, you're with us? I don't know why people call when they know I have a call. Sorry about that. The problem is this person is reading the call, and they're calling me on FaceTime. I guess it's connected to my computer. Okay, so I'm recording. And what I will do too right now, I mean, we will begin in 10 minutes. So exactly in 10 minutes, I will also broadcast live on Facebook. I will broadcast personal page because I have 5,000 followers. The One4All page only has followers. So I figured that way then I can share it on the One4All.
Okay, good. And then I'll share it once we've done it.
Yeah. I mean, since it's recording too, we'll have the link. So we can also share it. Great.
Yeah, always get nervous when I know it's getting recorded.
Oh, sorry. Well, I thought that way we can share it with people who either forgot or missed the.
Absolutely. No, I think it's a good idea.
Definitely need to share this with as many people as possible.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to look for the name of who's going to do the translations.
Yes, she should be joining shortly. I mean, I sent on the group. Her name is Alette, so she should be joining us shortly. And I see somebody's in the waiting room, so we're gonna start to have people coming in.
Okay.
Early.
And the name of the person that's doing sign language?
We have Mr. Sayed and Mr. Omar. Those are our two sign language experts.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Sayed and Mr. Salahuddin. the two of them. So we have, yes, the sign language. I think what I will do, if you don't mind, is at some point, I guess I have to figure out how to either do window in window, or I have to pin the window on the sign language, the gentleman doing the sign language.
Okay.
That way, at least it's recorded and you can see.
Cool. I was thinking, you know, if you want to do more of these sessions, we could do a session on how to deal with your children while you're in lockdown.
Yes.
And then I thought something else would be making your children safe on the internet.
Yes, those are two very important topics, and maybe we can just brush on them briefly today, and then let people know that this is going to be, there's going to be a more thorough session that you will be able to offer in the future through the Safe Kids program.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just put internet safety.
Yes. So maybe, if it's okay, I will begin by explaining One4All Initiative, explaining the support groups sessions that we're having, explaining specifically this Safe Kids program that we have on a weekly basis every Wednesday, and then introduce you, and then we can start. So. Good evening, Dr. Zach. It's very nice to see you.
Thank you, Madam Ness. Thank you. It's nice to see you too. And it's nice to be joining this group. One of many of your groups.
Our groups. So people are starting to join. This is good. Just give it a few more minutes just to more people on. Did everybody find it easy to get onto the link? It's working okay, and
yeah,
no confusing?
No problem.
Thank God.
Sometimes in Netherlands we have bad connection also.
I know it depends on the internet speed too. I think sometimes people can have some trouble getting on.
Yeah.
Hopefully today will be a bit easier. We have people registering as we speak, which is good. So that's that funny noise you guys are going to hear in the background. That's people actually registering. So we may have some people joining in late, which tends to be the case, but regardless, we will have, I think we'll have a really excellent session. Like someone is sending me now asking for the link. So sorry for the late start, but we'll just wait a couple more minutes and then we'll start. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Nesli. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mohammed.
How are you?
Good. How are you? How's Florida?
Oh, Florida's hot, but it's beautiful.
Well, you just talked to us, so yeah. It's so great to have you. See, this is what I'm talking about with the reach. We have people from Florida. We have people from the Netherlands. This is so exciting. Mike, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Kenya in Malindi.
Oh, great.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Fantastic. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is to meet you. Great team. Thank you.
Well, you're part of the team, so thank you for joining. again, this initiative is for everyone. I mean, we started this really just, it's humanity giving back to humanity. So whatever we can provide in terms of our services, any kind of support, this is the right time to do it. So please consider this initiative, all of your initiative, and any ideas you have, any suggestions. You know, as they say, we're all in this together. So.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. So today, I guess we'll just forgive me if I repeat myself again, if a lot more people are coming in kind of all at once, but just to give you a little bit of background as to what started this initiative. Obviously, I mean, the COVID-19 pandemic is what kind of triggered the idea for this initiative, which is called One4All, really emphasizing the idea that we're all in this together. So the only way we will be able to overcome you know, this crisis or this pandemic is by coming together and by basically pooling our resources in a way so that whoever has something they can offer, you know, can provide it. And then at the same time, excuse me, I have to figure out how to second. This time it's my mom, so.
I'm so sad.
That's what happens, you know what I mean?
You can't ignore Mom, Nancy. I'm not gonna let you go.
Yes. Oh, please call her and tell her.
No, Mom.
Oh, right? It's like moms, but it's okay. Moms are allowed to do what they want.
Yeah.
This is true. So yes, so I would just tell you very briefly again. This initiative again was started because of COVID-19, and basically it started out, I myself, before this whole situation, my work, I'm a startup, so we were doing work in consulting startups as well, like myself. And when this whole pandemic happened, I reached out to several of who are now our One4All partners, either civil society or private sector, and said, okay, so what are we going to do, you know, during this time? And we all agreed that whoever can offer something, this is the time. We need to, you know, offer whatever we can to this, you know, situation to make things a little bit easier for people. And so, and Chrissy's been, I can't even begin to tell you how important Chrissy has been in this initiative. In developing the materials, the videos, getting the word out, you know, and that's the cool thing, is that everybody contributes more or less what they can. And at the same time, we're trying as much as possible to make a bigger impact. This is the objective of, you know, why we're doing this. And so this is how it kind of started, and it's not where it ends, because we have a long way to go, and we don't know how long we will need these services or this support for. Hopefully this will be an ongoing thing, and this is the one thing we're trying to offer with One4All, is we want something consistent, rather than just having like kind of, you know, quick fix. No, we need something that's ongoing. We need people to be able to access this support on a regular basis, for people to be able to have, you know, access to the resources that this, you know, initiative provides on an ongoing basis, because it's going to take us a while to get over, you know, or I shouldn't say to get over, I guess to be able to manage, you know, all the negative effects of this pandemic, whether it be economic, social, mental health, physical health. And that's why the idea behind the different support group sessions, and I emphasize the word support group, in that we wanted to create this concept, because it's somewhat of a new concept for the Middle East and for the region, but to create this concept of support groups, so that we as a community and we as peers, we can support each other, and not just the mental health experts or the medical experts, like Dr. Zakaria or Dr. Khalid, who will join us shortly, but also just the regular people. And Ella, if you don't mind, I know I kind of went so fast, but if you could just in Arabic kind of translate, what the gist of what One4All is about and how this started, it would be great. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. المبادرة بدأت بسبب فيروس كورونا وسميناها One4All لأننا أدركنا أن احنا في الموضوع ده مع بعض، والطريقة الوحيدة اللي هتمكننا من التغلب عليه هي أننا نشتغل مع بعض. قبل كوفيد أنا كان عندي شركة استشارية وقمت بالتواصل مع الشركاء سواء من المجتمع المدني أو من القطاع الخاص عشان نشوف إزاي كل حد ممكن يساعد باللي يقدر عليه. الحقيقة كريسي كانت شخص مهم جدا وساعدتنا جدا، حضرت الماتيريال والفيديو ونشرت الموضوع، كل ده عشان نقدر نحقق أثر، لأن هو ده الهدف من المبادرة، ونقدم ده بطريقة مستمرة ومستدامة بحيث الدعم يكون دايما متاح، لأننا هنحتاج وقت عشان نقدر نتغلب على الجائحة وأثرها. الفكرة كمان الجديدة نوعا ما هي فكرة مجموعات الدعم أو جلسات الدعم الجماعي، وده مفهوم جديد على الشرق الأوسط والمنطقة. فهنلاقي إن احنا هنا عندنا خبراء من الصحة وخبراء من عالم علم النفس زي دكتور زكريا ودكتور خالد. فده باختصار مبادرة One4All أو واحد من أجل الجميع. I hope I didn't miss anything, Nancy.
You did an awesome job. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Thank you,
and now we're live on Facebook. So that was incredible, and I wanted to ask again because I said it a little bit earlier, but if people don't mind on the chat just introducing themselves, like, hi, I'm Nancy from Cairo, Egypt. I'd like to, and we'd really like to keep track of where you guys are calling in from. And it's great because the purpose of this, again, is to reach a bigger audience and to let people know about One4All and about the program that we're featuring today, which is the My Body is My Body program, which is a very comprehensive initiative and a very comprehensive program to keep our children safe. And of course, Chrissy will give you more information and detailed information about not only the program, but how you can individually get involved. And at the same time as well with All4One, we welcome you and we invite you to be part of the initiative, to join in. And again, the objective of this initiative is it's a private sector, civil society, community initiative. We don't collect funds. We don't, we don't deal with money. I mean, we may on our page refer people to various registered NGOs like Plan International or like Tahya Mas or any of these NGOs that work within the region. But we ourselves, the idea behind it is we're giving whatever we have in terms of our time, our resources. So it's more about in kind. And this is how we work, or this is how we function. But we support any initiative that will provide, support or how should I say, assistance to people at this time of need. So, Ella,
yeah. Oh, please. حابة بس أفكر حضراتكم لو ممكن تعرفوا نفسكم في الشات في صندوق المحادثة، اسمكم ومن بلد إيه، حابين نعرف اللي بيحضروا معانا من بلاد إيه. طبعا النهاردة الموضوع هو جسدي والتركيز على الحفاظ على أمن الأطفال، وكريسي هتتكلم عن البرنامج، ومش بس البرنامج، عن المبادرة وطرق الانضمام للمبادرة. المبادرة بتجمع بين القطاع الخاص ومؤسسات المجتمع المدني. طبعا جمع الأموال مش جزء من المبادرة، لكن احنا ممكن نحيلكم لمؤسسات فاعلة في المنطقة زي بلان انترناشونال أو تحيا مصر. احنا بس بنقدم دعم عيني، بنقدم الوقت والمعرفة بتاعتنا وبنشاركها معاكم.
Thank you, Ella. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are about 14 participants now. So let me know if you would like for us to begin, for Chrissy to begin. Chrissy, I kind of leave that to you. Would you like to begin now? Would you like to wait a few more minutes? Floor is yours.
Yeah. No, we can start because it's been recorded. If anybody misses anything, I'm sure they could have a look online. Otherwise, we've got important things to do and get the message over. So I think we should start.
Perfect. So then before I give the floor to Chrissy, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown. We have today with us, we have a video that Karawan, our dear friend and partner in this initiative, unfortunately he could not be with us because he is in the isolation hospital. He's recovering from COVID-19, but he did record a nice video that we will share with you today, talking about the importance of providing or supporting and protecting our children. We also have with us today Judy, who should be joining hopefully shortly, and she will be providing us with some entertainment for today. We also have Mr. Sayed Omar and also Mr. Salahuddin, and they would be providing for us today sign language. So I'm going to, if you allow me, I will pin Mr. Sayed Omar's video so that he can interpret simultaneously while we speak. And because, again, this is an inclusive initiative, so we want to reach as many people as possible, and we want to ensure that all of our family members, all of our loved ones, whether they are hearing impaired or not, that they are able to benefit from this information and to be able to benefit from this initiative. Again, this is an all-inclusive initiative that it was born in Egypt, but it extends throughout the world. So having said that and giving you a little bit of the rundown of what we are doing today or what our agenda is, if Alat would be kind enough just to interpret for us.
Sure.
And then turn it over to Chrissy so she can begin.
اوكي سو احنا معانا كمان فيديو من كروان، لكن للاسف لم يتمكن من الانضمام الينا لانه في مستشفى العزل في رحلة علاج من فيروس كورونا، لكنه قام بتسجيل فيديو من المستشفى بيتحدث فيه عن أهمية دعم وحماية الطفل. معانا كمان جودي اللي هتقدم لنا بعض العروض، ومعانا أستاذ سيد عمر وأستاذ صلاح الدين، وهم مترجمي لغة إشارة، لأن زي ما قلت المبادرة مبادرة شاملة ودامجة بتعمل على إشراك الجميع. عايزين نتأكد إن كل الناس حتى من لديه إعاقة سمعية أو غيرها يستطيع التواصل معنا. المبادرة بدأت في مصر لكن توسعت وانتشرت حول العالم.
Thank you so much for that. That was excellent. Chrissy, would you like to begin? It's a great honor, of course, to have you as one of the founding fathers of the One4All Alliance and, of course, the creator of the My Body is My Body program. So it is such an honor to have you today, and welcome. And floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It's an absolute pleasure to be here and an honor to be able to do this session with you all. It's really nice to be able to share the program. I'm going to go into why we need to do this program, and then I'm going to explain the program and how to do a couple of things from the program as well. So the consequences of child maltreatment for our society are substantial, and education is one of the best ways to prevent this from happening. Our priority is to teach parents, children and communities before abuse occurs. Now, the reason we need to do this is because abuse at the moment is, the statistics from the WHO are over 1 billion children per year are being abused. That is physically, sexually, mentally, and children that are being abused in war-torn areas. So we have to do something. That is an enormous, that's nearly 50% of our children in the whole world are being abused. So it is up to us and our communities and our parents and our law enforcement to become very involved in this and start making sure that we're raising healthy, wonderful children that fulfill their potential. I'll give it to you, Ala.
Thank you. بداية أنا طبعا سعيدة وفخورة جدا بمشاركتي في هذه الجلسة وسعيدة بوجودي في هذا البرنامج. وقبل أن أشرح تفاصيل البرنامج أود أن أتحدث عن أهمية الحديث عن حماية الطفل. لماذا يجب علينا أن نعقد مثل هذه الجلسة؟ الحقيقة أن إساءة معاملة الطفل لها عواقب وخيمة، ويجب أن نبدأ بالتعليم. التعليم هو الحل الوحيد. علينا أن نعلم الأطفال والآباء والمجتمعات عن الإساءة قبل أن تحدث الإساءة. لماذا؟ لأنه طبقا للإحصاءات وبالأرقام حسب منظمة الصحة العالمية يعاني أكثر من مليار طفل من الإساءة. أتحدث عن الإساءة الجنسية أو الجسدية أو النفسية. هذا يعني أن أكثر من نصف الأطفال يتعرضون للإساءة بمختلف أنواعها. إذا علينا كآباء، كقوات إنفاذ قانون، كمربين، كمجتمع أن نضمن تربية أطفال أصحاء يتمكنون من إطلاق القدرة الكامنة بداخلهم. شكرا. Yeah, back to you, Chrissy.
Okay, thank you. So these figures of 1 billion children were before the COVID-19 epidemic or pandemic started. We know that for a fact that statistics have gone up at least another 30% because of the pandemic, because parents are stressed, because people are in close proximity to children and, as I say, very stressed with their home environment. So there's lots of reasons why we need to get involved with this, because it is becoming another pandemic, is child maltreatment. So I'm going to have parents are stressed. I'm going to go into some statistics of what child abuse does to children and the major social problems it has in our communities. So over 90% of child sex abuse victims know their abuser. So we know that it's within the family, within the close knit of friends and people that we trust our children with babysitters and extended family. 95% of child abusers were themselves abused as children. So the cycle continues with child abuse. So this is one thing that we have to try and stop. 80% of substance abusers were abused as children. 80% of runaways cite abuse as a factor. 95% of prostitutes were sexually abused. And 78% of the prison population were abused as children. It also has an effect on our suicide rate. 50% of suicide attempts reported having been sexually abused. So you can see what an impact child abuse has on our society. Ala?
Yes, please. الرقم الذي ذكرته وهو مليون طفل كان قبل بدء جائحة كورونا، وترجح الإحصاءات أن الرقم ارتفع بنسبة 30% بسبب الضغط الذي يعاني منه الآباء في بيئة المنزل مع الأطفال. يجب أن نتحرك لأن هناك وباء آخر غير وباء كورونا، ألا وهو وباء سوء معاملة الأطفال. وسأتحدث عن أثر سوء معاملة الأطفال من الناحية الاجتماعية. الإحصاءات تقول أن 90% من ضحايا العنف الجنسي يعرفون المنتهك، أي أنه من الأقارب أو من الأصدقاء أو المربي أو الدادة. و95% ممن ينتهكون الأطفال كانوا قد تعرضوا للإساءة وهم أطفال، وهذا يعني أن هناك دائرة مفرغة. أيضا 80% ممن يهربون من المدارس يتعرضون للإساءة. 95% من فتيات الليل تحدثوا عن كونهم قد تعرضوا بالفعل للإساءة الجنسية. 78% من المساجين تعرضوا للإساءة وهم أطفال. 50% ممن يحاولون الانتحار يتحدثون عن أنهم قد تعرضوا للعنف الجنسي وهم أطفال. إذن العواقب وخيمة. Back to you.
Thank you, Ala.
Yeah.
Okay, so long-term effects that can be caused by child maltreatment. So the children can suffer from emotional problems, depression, anxiety, eating disorders, self-harm, PTSD, where children can re-experience the traumatic events of abuse, suicidal thoughts, problems with physical injuries, burns, fractures, and then difficulty forming and maintaining relationships is a big thing because of the stress the children have gone through and the terrible things that they've gone through. They could be infected with life-changing sexually transmitted diseases. All of these have negative lifelong effects on children and also creating a great burden on society. So the good news is that child abuse is preventable. So we can have a look at how we can do something about it, how we can get involved, and how we can get people to talk about this subject, because the main problem that we have in our world today is that we all know child abuse happens. We all know that it happens in our communities, but we don't like to talk about it. It has a certain stigma about it. And so I'm hoping to show you that through my program, the My Body is My Body program, you can open communication and talk to children and even share with other people a way of talking about child abuse in a positive, non-threatening environment.
Yeah.
Ala?
Yes, please. هناك آثار عاطفية شديدة لإساءة معاملة الأطفال، فقد يعاني الطفل من الاكتئاب، القلق، اضطراب بطرق تعامله مع الطعام، قد يؤذي الطفل نفسه، قد يتعرض لما يعرف بكرب ما بعد الصدمة، أي يعيد اختبار التجربة القاسية أكثر من مرة بعد انتهائها، قد يعاني الطفل أيضا من أفكار انتحارية، قد يعاني الطفل من مشاكل جسدية مثل عدم التئام الجروح أو تكرار الكسور أو ما إلى ذلك. أيضا قد يعاني الطفل من فكرة بناء علاقات صحية مع الآخرين، قد يصاب الطفل بأمراض جنسية تنقل من خلال هذه الإساءة. هذه آثار طويلة المدى تؤثر على الطفل أو الشخص البالغ وأيضا تشكل عبء على المجتمع، ولكن هناك جانب إيجابي، يمكن منع إساءة الطفل. هذا خبر طيب. السؤال: كيف يمكننا أن نقوم بذلك؟ كيف يمكننا أن نشرك الجميع؟ المشكلة الأساسية هي أننا نعلم علم اليقين أن هذا يحدث في مجتمعاتنا، ولكننا لا نتحدث عنه لأنه محاط بشيء من الوصم أو العار أو وكأنه أمر محرم. في برنامجي جسدي أود أن يمكنكم من الحديث مع الأطفال ومع ذويهم ومع الآخرين عن هذا الموضوع بطريقة إيجابية في بيئة آمنة للجميع. Back to you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'd like to introduce you to the My Body is My Body program. I wrote this program about 30 years ago, and I designed it when I was living in America with the Department of Education and with the Department of Social Services in several states. It basically came about is that we found that using music was a much more approachable way to talk to children about child abuse. Rather than going in and giving a discussion and making them feel maybe a little bit uncomfortable, we use music. So I wrote these songs, and about 6 years ago, I decided that I wanted to do it on YouTube so that we could reach a lot more children. So I learned how to animate, and I did the songs on YouTube, and then I suddenly got inundated with people wanting to put it into different languages, which it's now translated into 19 languages and sung in 9 languages. Ala?
Yes. حابة أحكي كيف بدأ الموضوع. من عدة سنوات بدأت في أمريكا مع وزارة التعليم ووزارة الخدمة الاجتماعية، وقد أدركت أن الموسيقى هي الطريقة المثلى للحديث عن هذا الموضوع مع الأطفال، بدلاً من المناقشة الطويلة التي قد تجعل الأطفال يشعرون بعدم الارتياح. بعد ذلك فكرت في استخدام اليوتيوب أو رفع هذه الأغاني على اليوتيوب، ثم تعلمت كيف أصنع رسوم متحركة أو أنيميشن ورفعتها أيضا على اليوتيوب. وبعد ذلك انهالت علي الطلبات وتم ترجمة هذه الأغاني إلى 19 لغة وتغنى بالفعل كأغنية في 9 لغات. Back to you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay, so the program has now been presented in over 40 countries and to nearly 1 million children, which is great. So I'm going to show you the premise of the songs and how they work, and then I'm actually going to sing a couple to you, and you can join in if you like, and just show you that teaching children about this subject can be positive and fun and empowering for the children. So the first song is called My Body Is My Body. I think it's Jasadi, is it? Jasadi?
Yes, Jasadi, Jasadi. Yeah.
Jasadi, Jasadi. And we do have it in Arabic. So, so this is to teach children that their body is their own. Nobody has a right to hurt them. Nobody has a right to touch their private parts. And we tell children that their private parts are where their swimsuit covers or their underpants. The whole idea behind this program is not to take children's innocence away. We want to keep them innocent, and we do not want to talk to them about sex, but we do want to protect them. So we just keep it very simple. You have private parts, nobody touches your private parts, apart from when you're young and your mommy and daddy have to bathe you, but you soon learn how to do that yourself as you start to grow up, or to a doctor might have to put medicine there or might have to have a look there. But apart from that, nobody should ever be touching your private parts. And it's as simple as that. We just give children very simple rules. I'm not a great fan of the good touch, no touch, bad touch thing, because we're making children think, oh, is that a good touch or is that a bad touch? What should I do? We need to keep it as simple as we can for children. And it's just like, no, private parts are a no touch area. And that is that. It's a very simple rule. So, so we discussed the bathing, we discussed doctors, and we also discussed people taking photographs, because with the advent of the internet, people like to take photographs of children, as we know. And so we need to tell them that don't ever let people take photographs of you or your private parts. It's, again, a very simple rule. I'm going to do a little bit of the song for you. I won't do it all, but I just want to show you that you can engage with this song with children and have fun and not make it an uncomfortable subject to talk about. So I'm going to sing. If you want to sing along, the words are, it's my body is my body. Nobody has a right to hurt me.
Chrissy, should I translate or should I?
My body, and nobody has a right to hurt me. 'Cause my body is my body for me. It's my body, and nobody has a right to touch me. 'Cause my body is my body for me. I've got 2 hands to feel, and 2 eyes to see, and 2 ears to hear what you're telling me. I've got 2 strong legs to take me where I go, and I've also got some private parts that I don't want to show. It's my body, and nobody has a right to hurt me. 'Cause my body is my body for me. There we go.
Yeah, beautiful, Chrissy. I'll just go over to translate this very quickly. Yeah.
Thank you.
باكر. بدأت كريس وقالت إن البرنامج موجود بالفعل في 40 بلد بيستفيد منه حوالي 1,000,000 طفل، وهو أمر رائع للغاية. الفكرة الأساسية هي عرض الأغاني والرسالة الأساسية، وهي قامت بالغناء وطلبت منكم الانضمام لده. يمكن أن نتكلم عن الموضوع بطريقة ممتعة للأطفال. والأغنية الأولى هي أغنية باسم جسدي جسدي، بتؤكد للطفل أنه جسمه ملك له، لا يملك أحد حق إيذائه، وأن الأعضاء الخاصة به اللي هي بتغطى بالملابس الداخلية لا يمكن لأحد أن يراها إلا عند الاستحمام مثلا، إن كان الطفل صغير من قبل الأم أو الأب، أو عند زيارة الطبيب فقط لا غير. وأكدت النقطة على أننا لا نود أن نتحدث عن الجنس أو عن أي أمور قد تخدش براءة الأطفال. يجب أن نبقي على البراءة، يجب أن نوصل الرسالة بطريقة سهلة وبسيطة. أيضا هي ليست من المدافعين عن فكرة اللمسة البريئة واللمسة غير البريئة، لأن ذلك مربك للأطفال. لذا علينا أن نبقي الأمور بسيطة، نتحدث عن حماية الجسد، عن ضرورة حماية الطفل على الإنترنت، مثل أن يفهم الطفل أنه لا يمكن لأحد أن يلتقط له صورة له أو لأعضائه الخاصة. ثم قامت بغناء الأغنية الأولى بالفعل. Thank you, Chrissy.
Thank you, Anna. Right. So the next song that we do in the program is called If It Don't Feel Right, Don't Do It. Now, I know it's not very good English, but it's something that the children remember. And the whole idea is behind the music is if you go back to little songs that you learnt when you were a child, you remember them. And that's what we're doing with these songs. These kids remember the songs. 15, 20 years later, people are still singing them, still remembering them. So that's what we want to get. We want to get that message into the child's brain. My body is my body and nobody has a right to hurt me. My children, this next song, we still do this song a lot because it's about feelings. And I always say to children, you know, your feelings will tell you what's right and wrong. If something feels uncomfortable, then don't do it. So hence the rule, if it don't feel right, don't do it. They need to listen to those feelings. And if people, even if people are hugging them or making them sit on their laps and stuff like that, and they don't like it, I always say to them, just say very politely that you don't want to do it, because we don't want to be rude and we don't want to upset people. But if you're not comfortable, you can say, I don't like that, or I don't want you to do that. And we should allow our children to do that. We don't want to force them to have people touch them or make them feel uncomfortable. So with this song, we also talk about peer pressure, where children are their friends at school are trying to get them to do things that they're not supposed to do, and how to stand up to peer pressure, say no, and I don't want to do that. And it's okay to say no. That's the whole message we're getting to children through literally every song we do. It's okay to say no. This is my body. I don't want to do that. And then we have to empower children with their bodies. Everything that we're doing with them needs to be comfortable, and they need to feel proud and happy with their bodies. So do you want to talk, Ala, before I do the song?
Yes, please. Yes, please. الأغنية الثانية اسمها إن لم تشعر بالارتياح لا تقم بهذا الأمر. قد تبدو الترجمة مضحكة بعض الشيء، ولكن الفكرة هي أن أغاني الصغار تحفر في الذاكرة ويتذكرها الأطفال حتى بعد مرور 10 أو 15 عام، لأن الرسالة تبقى في مخ الطفل. الفكرة الأساسية في هذه الأغنية هي أن المشاعر مهمة. إن لم تشعر بالارتياح لا تقم بهذا الشيء. وحتى أنا أخبر الأطفال إذا قام أحد الأشخاص باحتضانك أو بتدليلك ولن تشعر بالارتياح، تحدث بأدب وقل أنك ترفض هذا. لا يجب أن نفرض على أطفالنا حتى الاحتضان أو التدليل. نتحدث أيضا عن ضغط الأقران في المدارس، كيف يمكن أن يجبر أصدقاء الطفل على فعل شيء، وكيف يتعامل الطفل مع هذا الأمر. من حق الطفل أن يقول لا، هذا جسدي، لا أشعر بالارتياح لأنك تقوم بكذا أو تطلب مني كذا. يجب أن يشعر الأطفال دائما بالقوة، بالتمكين، بالراحة والفخر بأجسادهم. Yes, over to you.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to do a little bit of this song just to show you, because this kids love this song, and it's like a little rap for them to do. So, and if you want to join in, it's just the words are, if it don't feel right, don't do it.
لو حابين تشاركوها الغناء وهي شبه موسيقى الراب.
People can touch you and say that it's cool, but remember your body belongs to you. You're the one who knows if it don't feel right, and if it don't feel right, don't do it. Oh, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There are people out there that think you're a fool, and they try to give you drugs and keep you out of school. Tell you to keep secrets, but you know what to do, because if it don't feel right, don't do it. Oh, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. People can hold you and tell you they care. I'm not telling you that it's not good to share, but you'll know inside if it don't feel right, and if it don't feel right, don't do it. Huh. If it don't feel right, don't do it. Huh. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Huh. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Huh.
So I'm just trying to show you that it's so easy to talk to children about difficult subjects like peer pressure, like people touching you, or maybe doing things that make you feel uncomfortable. If you use the songs, it makes it so much easier to approach the subject. The third song is called the What If Game. And this objective is to teach children to say no with authority. So this song can be applied to any situation. And I usually say to people that are teaching this, use what is going on in your own community. If something's happened in the news recently that could be unsafe for children, use this for children and then tell them to say no and give them a good example of how to get out of the situation. Okay, so basically you could say, what if somebody comes to your school and says your mommy or daddy has asked me to pick you up, and say they know your mom and dad's name, your granny and grandpa's, your aunties and uncles, because they've been on Facebook, not because they actually know you. So the child will think, oh, they obviously know my mom and dad, I can go with them. But you need to say to them, no, you don't go with anybody that is a stranger. I also like to ask children what they think a stranger is, because so many times children are told, don't go with a stranger, don't talk to strangers. And if you say to them, what is a stranger? They don't know. They actually don't know. They say, oh, it's a bad man, or something like that, you know, but they actually don't know. So we need to explain to them that a stranger is anybody we don't know. It could be a man, but it could be a lady. It could be an older lady, or it could be a teenager, but it's anybody we don't know. So that is very important. And I found that out when I was teaching little ones, because none of them seemed to know what a stranger was, but everybody knew the rule, don't talk to strangers. So it's, I think parents and as us as older people, we just assume children know, don't talk to strangers, and we assume that they know what a stranger is. So it's just teaching children, again, basics. This program is about basics of safety. The fourth song is called If You Have a Problem, Tell Somebody. This is one of the hardest things for children to do, is to talk about their abuse. Now, I was sexually abused as a child by my babysitter, and I never told anybody till I was 30. And the reason was because nobody ever talked about it. And I didn't know anybody else that this had happened to, because we didn't talk about it as children to each other. So it is exceptionally important to talk to children, to say that if they are having any problems, please tell. And it doesn't matter how you tell. If you can only tell me a little bit today and you tell me a little bit tomorrow, that's fine. We need to be very gentle with them and very caring with them when they're trying to talk to us. The other thing that I say to them is, if they can't talk to you about their problems, write it down on a piece of paper and give it to me. And then my next suggestion is, when you read it, if it's somebody that's been sexually abusing your child and you know that person, please do not blow up in front of the child. Please make sure that you stay calm and loving and say, thank you very much for telling me. That was very brave of you. And then go and sort it out, go and report it. And the best thing to do is not to approach the abuser, to let somebody else do it for you. So we give the children a list of people they can talk to. So, because sometimes moms and dads are harder to talk to than other people. Mom, dad, granny, grandpa, older brother, older sister, aunties, uncles, teachers, principal, headmaster, neighbor, policeman, mentor, pastor, or spiritual leader. I'm going to leave it over to Ala now.
Thank you. أنا أحاول أن أظهر أن التحدث عن الأمور الصعبة مثل ضغط الأقران أو اللمس عن طريق الموسيقى يجعل الأمر أسهل. الأغنية الثالثة وهي بعنوان ماذا لو، تركز هذه الأغنية على قول لا باستخدام مواقف من الحياة. يمكن استخدام حادثة من الأخبار، مثلا أقول للأطفال: ماذا لو أتى شخص ليأخذك من المدرسة وقال لك اسم والدك واسم والدتك، ماذا ستقول له؟ ستقول له: لا، لن أذهب معك، أنا لا أذهب مع الغرباء. ولكن يجب أن يفهم الطفل معنى الغريب، لأن الأطفال أحيانا لا تفهم معنى هذه الكلمة وتعتقد أنه مجرد رجل. لا، هذا الشخص يمكن أن يكون سيدة أو امرأة طاعنة في السن أو شاب أو شابة صغيرة. لا يمكن أن نفترض أن الأطفال واعين بمعنى كلمة الغريب. نحن نعلم الأطفال مبادئ الأمان. بالنسبة للأغنية الرابعة وهي إن كانت لديك مشكلة تحدث عنها. هذا الموضوع صعب للغاية بالنسبة للأطفال. أنا تعرضت للإساءة الجنسية على يد مربيتي ولم أستطع أن أفصح عن ذلك إلى أن بلغت سن 30. لم أخبر أحد، لأن لا أحد يتحدث عن مثل هذه الأمور. لا نتحدث بيننا البعض كأطفال، ولا أعلم إن كان هناك طفل آخر قد عانى ذلك. إذا من المهم أن نسمح للأطفال بالحديث عن ذلك، وأن نسمح لهم بالحديث بطريقة تدريجية. تحدث اليوم قليلا ثم عود إلي غدا إن أردت. علينا أن نتحدث إليهم بطريقة حانية للغاية. أقول له: إن لم تستطع أن تتحدث إذا اكتب ذلك على ورقة. نقطة هامة للغاية: إذا عرفت أن هناك شخصا ما يقوم باستغلال طفلك جنسيا أو يقوم بإساءة جنسية لطفلك، لا تنفجر. أشكر الطفل على صراحته وشجاعته، وتعامل مع الأمر بحكمة. لا تتعامل مع المسيء بشكل مباشر أو أن تنفجر في الموقف أو أن تنفجر بهذا المسيء أمام الطفل. نحن أيضا نقدم للأطفال قائمة بمن يستطيعون التحدث إليهم في هذه الأمور، مثلا كالأم أو الأب أو الجد أو الجدة أو المدرسة أو مديرة المدرسة أو ما إلى ذلك. Yeah, over to you, Christy.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I kind of just got carried away and forgot about it.
Okay.
I just want to address one comment there. Somebody was saying, yeah, you've got lots of songs in Egypt. It's not that. Yes, there are a lot of songs around, but this is a full program which covers all aspects of teaching children to be safe, because you can't do it with just one song. There's 6 songs in the program, and each song has a special message and a way of addressing different problems, and we need to address each one of these with children. The whole program needs to be done with the children, not just one song. So that is why this is different. Ala?
جاءني تعليق أن هناك بالفعل الكثير من الأغنيات في مصر. نعم، هناك الكثير من الأغاني حول العالم، ولكن الأمر لا يتعلق بأغنية منفردة. نحن نتحدث عن برنامج للحفاظ على أمن الأطفال. لدينا 6 أغاني، لكل أغنية رسالة وطريقة للتصدي للمشكلات، وعلينا أن نأخذها في صيغة برنامج معا. Thank you. Over to you, Chrissy.
Thank you. So just to end on the if you've got a problem, tell somebody. So if you've got any other people that you want to add to the list that you think is a safe person for the children to be talking to, then please add those to the list, and encourage them to please talk if they've got any problems. If we can catch things at an early age and before things get too out of hand, we can do so much more for the children. And I mean, the optimum is to stop it before it starts. That's what we really want to do. But if we can get children to just encourage them to talk if they've got any problems, and as I say, just find the best way that they can to deal with it. You can learn so much from your children by just opening safe avenues of communication. Anna?
الأغنية الرابعة، يمكننا أيضا أن نطرح سؤال على الطفل: هل تريد أن تضيف أي شخص آخر للقائمة؟ الشخص تستطيع أن تتحدث معه إن كان لديك مشكلة. علينا أن نشجع الأطفال على الحديث. نستطيع تحسين الأمور بشكل كبير إن اكتشفنا المشكلة في سن مبكر. طبعا السيناريو الأمثل هو منع حدوث الإساءة من الأساس، ولكن إن حدثت علينا أن نشجع الطفل على الحديث وأن نوجد طرق آمنة للحديث. يمكننا أن نتعلم الكثير من الأطفال إن وفرنا طرق آمنة للتواصل معهم. Thank you. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Saeed and Mr. Salahaddin for doing the sign language at the moment. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
أحب أشكر أستاذ صلاح الدين وأستاذ سيد على الترجمة بلغة الإشارة. نقدر هذا العمل الكريم.
Okay, so song number 5 is called Love is Gentle. And I put this in because people will say, well, children know what love is, but a lot of children, especially in deprived areas, well, actually not only deprived areas, a lot of children come from homes that are not loving homes. And I think it's important to discuss what is love. And if you get children to do this song and then do pictures of what they think a loving family is about, or what they like to do with their family, you will find out all sorts of things about children, because some children will draw lovely pictures with rainbows and flowers and everything else, and other pictures will just break your heart. So if you're teachers or social workers, these kind of things, you know, are a brilliant way of getting information out of children and finding out problems, again, hopefully at an early stage, so that we can intervene and get them sorted and fixed. So the children either don't carry on in an abusive home, or we can get to the abuse before it starts. Ada?
الأغنية الخامسة تتحدث عن أن الحب حاني ورقيق، لأن غالبا ما يعاني الأطفال ولا سيما في المناطق الفقيرة من الحرمان من الحب. علينا أن نتحدث عن الحب مع الأطفال، وأن نناقش صور عن معنى العائلة المحبة، أو نسألهم عن كيف تبدو العائلة المحبة، أو ما هي الأنشطة التي يحب الأطفال أن يقوم بها مع العائلة. وستتفاجأ، سيرسم لك بعض الأطفال صور جميلة بها أزهار وورود، وسينفطر قلبك من صور أخرى حزينة للغاية. يمكن للأخصائيين الاجتماعيين والنفسيين أن يكتشفوا الكثير من المشاكل بشكل مبكر عن طريق هذا النشاط. يمكنهم أن يساعدوا الطفل على الخروج من هذه البيئة المسيئة، ويمكنهم أن حتى يمنعوا الإساءة قبل أن تحدث. Thank you, Chrissy.
Thank you. Okay, so the 6th song in the program, this is the final song, is a very important song. I mean, I believe they're all important in their own way. But this one is Say No to Secrets, which we want to keep children from keeping secrets. Because secrets are a child abuser's best friend. Abuse flourishes in secrecy and allows the abuser to keep control of the child. This is why we need to teach children not to keep secrets. And because some people, again, like good touch, bad touch, they like to teach children about good secrets and bad secrets. We can't keep confusing children and making them make the decision as to, is this a good secret? Is this a bad secret? You know, what should I do? No secrets. So no, don't touch any private parts and don't keep any secrets. It's again, we're simplifying all the rules for children. And if you want to keep a secret at home, make it a surprise. You know, it's mommy's birthday and I'm going to buy her something fantastic, but it's a surprise. It's not a secret. We don't want to encourage children to keep secrets. And if you have a no secrets rule in your home, it'll be a lot safer home for the kids. So yes, so because it's a surprise, it's always got a good ending. And the children don't have to keep that secret for very long. Most people that sexually and physically abuse children have some sort of relationship with a child. Usually over 90% of people that abuse children have a relationship. So they are a trusted part of the extended family or close circle of friends. And they could also be trusted people in your community. There will be people that will work their way into the community, do things to be helpful, do things so that you trust them to have your child. I mean, for example, the doctor that was at the Olympics that sexually abused over 500 girls, you know, he was a trusted person in the community. Everybody felt fine leaving their children with him. So these are the kind of people that will intentionally work their way in. So the only way you can make sure that your child is safe is to educate your child and educate them to say no, and I am going to tell, and I'm not going to keep your secrets. So pedophiles spend a lot of time not only grooming the children, but they groom families and they groom communities. The abuser will work in a way that he will start testing the child with small secrets. And if they can keep silent, then he will move or she will move. Once they feel comfortable that everything's under control, they will go further with the abuse. So having the no secrets rule takes that power away from the abuser. So that basically is the program. It's a positive, empowering program that I would encourage all of you, if you have anything to do with children, to share it. And let's see if we can do something about this terrible, terrible plague that is infecting our world. We need to be, as I say, giving children the opportunity to flourish and be what they can be. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you. الأغنية السادسة وهي مهمة للغاية. كل الأغاني مهمة، ولكن هذه الأغنية مهمة بصفة خاصة، وعنوانها لا للأسرار، لأن السر هو صديق الإساءة ويجعل من الإساءة سيطرة على الطفل. هنا لا أود أن أتحدث عن الأسرار الجيدة والأسرار السيئة، كما لا أود أن أتحدث عن اللمسة البريئة واللمسة غير البريئة، لأن هذا مربك للطفل. كن بسيطا، ضع قاعدة اسمها لا للأسرار. حتى في المنزل عندما تتحدث مثلا عن عيد ميلاد وتود أن تقوم بمفاجأة، لا تتحدث عن أننا نحضر لسر كبير، نحضر لمفاجأة لها نهاية سعيدة. لأن ذلك يجعل من البيت مكانا أكثر أمانا للأطفال. وبالمناسبة 90% من الإساءات تحدث على يد شخص من العائلة الممتدة، من الأصدقاء، شخص في المجتمع يحظى بمكانة رفيعة مثل الدكتور الذي قام بالإساءة ل 500 فتاة في الأولمبياد. هذا شخص يحظى بثقة المجتمع. إذن الطريقة الوحيدة للحفاظ على الأطفال هي أن نعلمهم أن يقولوا لا، وأن نعلمهم أن لا يحتفظوا بأي أسرار. غالبا ما يختبر المسيء الأطفال بأسرار صغيرة، إن حفظها الطفل وصمت سيمضي قدما في الإساءة حتى تصبح أكثر بشاعة. إذا أنا تحدثت عن برنامج كامل إيجابي ممكن، وأنا أشجعكم على نشر هذا البرنامج من خلال عملكم مع الأطفال لوقف هذا الوباء الذي يجتاح العالم، لأن للأطفال حق في أن يعيشوا بازدهار وأن يمكنوا. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you. So,
Thank you.
thank you very much, Ala. So basically, this is a great time. While we're in lockdown, this is a good time to talk to your children. You have plenty of time to show them all the videos on YouTube. It's above me, mybodyismybody.com. Everything is there. Each song has got a little lesson plan. If you want to know what to say to your child, have a look there. It's all free, all to download, and you'll have time to answer the questions, which I know the children will have when you do the program. So I can just encourage you to use this, share it, and let's see as a community what we can do to make a better world for our children. Thank you.
Thank you. طبعا في فترة الحظر أو فترة الإغلاق لدينا فرصة ذهبية للحديث مع أطفالنا عن هذا الموضوع. هنا الموقع الإلكتروني موجود mybodyismybody.com. يمكن الدخول على هذا الموقع ومشاهدة الفيديوهات وتحميل خطة للدرس حتى تستطيع أن تتخيل ما الذي يمكن أن تقوله للطفل. يمكن تحميل كل ذلك مجانا. لديك الآن وقت للإجابة على الأسئلة التي قد يطرحها الطفل، وأنا أشجعكم على استخدام هذه المواد ومشاركة هذه المواد لنجعل من هذا العالم مكانا أفضل للأطفال. شكرا. Thank you, Chrissy.
Thank you. I'd like to ask, are there any questions?
هل هناك أي أسئلة؟
Chrissy, do you mind, before we get to the questions, do you mind if I just add a few seconds just related to how the My Body is My Body program has been introduced here in Egypt and within the region?
Please.
We have, thank you so much. We have as well other My Body is My Body ambassadors like Miss Ghada Salah, who has brought the program, I believe, to Sudan. And I think we have some others, and I apologize if I'm forgetting you or not mentioning. But what I wanted to say is regarding how we introduced this program into Egypt. Initially, this was over a year ago. We started already in 7 different governorates, just on a small scale, with schools, with churches, with mosques, with orphanages, with different communities, including low-income communities or some of the least developed villages, and even in Upper Egypt. So what we found is that when presenting such a, I don't want to use the word taboo or controversial topic, especially for a conservative region like the Middle East, the way it's presented is very important, and getting the parents and the teachers directly involved and making it part of, making them part of the program is essential. And this is what made the introduction successful. and the way we present it. So as Chrissy has wonderfully said, the focus is on keeping children safe. The focus is on allowing children to be able to advocate for themselves, to be able to, when in a situation that is dangerous, that they are able to navigate the situation, and also to be able to talk to their parents. Not to keep secrets, to be able to tell them if something bad had happened. What I wanted to also share is, like, for example, with Upper Egypt, and in general, each country has a unique situation or unique circumstances. So for example, when we talk about Egypt, and especially Upper Egypt, for example, one of the concerns for people there has to do with like children being exposed to either human traffickers or, and this is not just Egypt, this is all over the world. And talking about sometimes this can happen even from people that we know. So for us, it's quite essential that we basically are able to explain to kids, be careful, do not get in a car with anyone, regardless of who that person is, even if you know them, but your parents didn't tell you that, you know, that you would be, that person would be picking you up. Just check with mom or check with dad. And the same thing with also about behavioral. So if children are putting pressure on you or adults to do something that you think is wrong, as Chrissy has said and her song has said, if it doesn't feel right. So it means also with regards to behavioral. So if somebody's telling you to take pills or to take to smoke a cigarette or to steal something or to behave in a way that is not acceptable, you have to be strong enough, and that's what we're trying to build with children, to be able to say no and walk away and tell an adult, a safe adult. And at the same time, this program also deals with and empowers children to be able to manage bullying, because this is also something that plagues all societies. And I myself was a victim of bullying as a child, so I know the effects. It can have very long standing effects on a person who's been subjected to bullying. So having, building this self-confidence and self-esteem in a child to be able to say no and to be able to feel their self-worth and to be able to protect themselves. This is very essential, and I found this has this program has been very successful to address this issue and to also provide this to children in the different communities that I have been able to use this program in Egypt. And I'm sure, and I don't know if also Reda would like to share any of the other ambassadors also briefly about their own experience and their own impression and how that program can fit, because Sudan, similar to Egypt, is also a conservative country with, regardless of whether Muslim or Christian, but a religious community, and dealing with topics, controversial or taboo topics like sexuality or sexual abuse is something that has to be presented within a cultural context. So we can also mention that. Sorry, Ala, and I went on. No, I apologize.
Okay, I hope I can make it.
Sorry.
Okay, I keep my fingers crossed. No, you're in safe
you're
hands.
doing an awesome job, so I have
Thank you. No, you're safe hands. Okay. بالطبع أود أن أتحدث عن سفراء المبادرة مثل الأستاذة غادة صالح التي نشرت المبادرة في السودان، وأعتذر إن نسيت اسم أي شخص. منذ عام مضى بدأنا هذه المبادرة في 7 محافظات، وتعاملنا مع مدارس وكنائس ومساجد ودار أيتام. عملنا في الأماكن الفقيرة المهمشة محدودة الدخل في صعيد مصر. وكما تعلمون في المجتمعات المحافظة طريقة عرض المواضيع المثيرة للجدل مهمة للغاية. كان علينا إشراك الآباء والأمهات والمدرسين، وأعتقد أننا قمنا بذلك بنجاح. وكما قالت كريسي ببراعة، التركيز في هذا البرنامج على أمن الأطفال، ليتمكن الطفل من الدفاع عن نفسه في موقف خطر، ليتمكن الطفل من الحديث مع الوالدين. وكما تعلمون الوضع يختلف من دولة إلى دولة، بل من محافظة إلى محافظة داخل صعيد مصر. فمثلا لدينا قلق كبير هنا بشأن الاتجار بالبشر. لذا كان من المهم أن نشرح للأطفال ضرورة عدم الذهاب مع أي شخص في سيارته الخاصة ما لم يخبرك الوالد والوالدة بذلك. أيضا نتحدث عن ضغط الأقران، مثل الأغنية التي تقول إن لم تشعر بالارتياح لا تقم بهذا الشيء. إذا طلب منك صديق مثلا التدخين، تناول عقاقير مخدرة، سرقة شيء، يجب أن تكون قويا وأن تقول لا وأن تنصرف وتخبر شخص بالغ. أيضا نمكن الأطفال من التعامل مع التنمر. أنا شخصيا تعرضت للتنمر وأدرك ما له من أثر طويل المدى.
مش
إذا
ممكن يكونوا هم
علينا
لقطوه.
أن
لازم
نساعد
لقطوه لو هي قعدت معاهم
الأطفال في
فترة
بناء
15
الثقة
يوم دي
بالنفس،
إن هو
في
البيت كله عنده
الحفاظ
أمراض
على تقدير الذات، على الصورة الذاتية الإيجابية. وأعتقد أننا حققنا نجاحا كبيرا في المجتمعات المختلفة التي عملنا بها. الآن أعطي الكلمة للأستاذة غادة. هل تود أن تتحدث عن تجربتها؟ لأن السودان دولة محافظة متدينة مثل مصر، سواء كنا نتحدث عن الدين الإسلامي أو الدين المسيحي، فهي دولة محافظة متدينة.
بس كان في سؤال عند صلاح الأصم، ممكن نقوله ولا في النهاية؟
تفضلوا.
There is a question, Chrissy.
Sorry, question? Yeah.
There was a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to hear it to be able to interpret for Chrissy.
Okay. And if anyone has a question, please just raise your hand. If you don't know how to raise your hand in the Zoom program, just let me know and I'll send you how you can do it.
تفضلوا برفع أيديكم إن كان لديكم أي سؤال.
هو سؤالي بس. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أنا أشكركم جدا جدا على البرنامج الممتاز واللي تعلمنا منه كتير. أشكركم جدا جدا جدا. سؤالي بس في بعض الأحيان، وأشكر أستاذتنا ودكتورتنا الكبيرة، أشكرها جدا جدا اللي هي سمحت لي الظروف ودخلتني في أهداف البرنامج ده. حاجة جميلة جدا جدا وأنا فخور بكم إن شاء الله. سؤالي بس في حاجات كبيرة بيتعرض عليها الطفل على الأقل في الإنترنت. مثلا في مواقع يقدر يخش عليها فيديوهات من غير ما يجيله إعلان ممول، حاجة غير أخلاقية. طيب الطفل مثلا لو ما تعرفش على الحاجات الأخلاقية دي غصب عنه عينه هتاجي على الحاجة دي. طيب أنا ولي أمر إزاي مثلا أقدر أحافظ على ابني ما يشوفش الحاجات دي اللي بتاجي مثلا في الإعلانات الممولة أو الحاجة زي كده؟ لازم أبقى مراقب على طفلي ولازم أراقب عليه بالطريقة دي 24 ساعة. ما أقدرش أسيب له اليوتيوب أو ما أقدرش أسيب له الإنترنت حرية كاملة. عايزين تبقى في حاجات عناية أو في برامج أكتر وأكتر تبقى حماية على الطفل. أنا ما أسمحش لابني يشوف منظر زي المنظر ده في سن زي السن ده. وكمان ممكن يبقى في تنمر اصلا كمان عن طريق الانترنت نفسه. يعني في بيحصل بعض المواقف على الانترنت، في بيحصل كتير مشكله جدا جدا، في تنمر من بعض الاصدقاء ما يعرفهاش برضه، ممكن من دوله ثانيه. يعني حتى كده لازم موضوع الانترنت للاطفال لازم يبقى فيه محدود ومقيد، وفي رقابه. لازم تبقى فيه رقابه من اثنين، يعني لازم تبقى رقابه من البيت الاسره وفي رقابه تبقى من الدوله نفسها، بحيث مثلا الحاجات دي ما تسمحش ليها. واشكركم جدا جدا. يعطيكم العافيه.
Thank you. Should I translate that, or Nancy, would you like to do it?
Yes, please.
Should I go? Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. So first of all, peace be upon you, or hi. Thank you so much for this excellent session. It was very informative. I'd like to thank Professor Chrissy for her tireless efforts, and I'd also like to thank the person who let me join this program. The point I want to raise is the fact that children are exposed to videos with inappropriate content, especially when it comes to ads on different websites online. As a parent, what to do in such a case? Do I have to keep an eye for 24/7? We want to have more programs about protecting the children online. I don't want my children to be exposed to such content at an early age. Also, cyberbullying is an issue now. Children are bullied online. sometimes at the hands of their friends or strangers living in different countries. So I think online exposure to children should be limited and controlled by both the family and the state.
Shall I answer, Nancy?
Yes, please.
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
I'll say something and you can take over. Thank you very much, and that is a very, very important point. We actually are going to do a program on that, a whole session on that, hopefully next week, because it is a massive problem. And now that children are at home on lockdown, they're on their computers all the time. So I will go through some things next week, but just generally, we can look at parental controls. You can look at controls on your web, like Google. You can put parental controls on there. The other thing is to limit the time that you let your children go on. There's a lot we can do, but we have to be aware. I think a lot of time all of this comes down to education. We have to look at new apps are coming out all the time that are not safe for our children, where people can get hold of them, where they can encourage them to do things or send them pictures. And again, we have to educate our children on not to do this, because I've just done a session on peer pressure with youngsters and saying to them that whatever they put out on the internet is there forever. If you start putting, pictures of yourself up, that is out there forever. And even if you give it to just one person and that person says, I'll never ever share it, when that relationship dissolves, those pictures go out. And so we need to encourage them to not do that, to be very careful, make sure they know that it is a picture on the internet is for life, and comments again are for life. So that if you are a bully online and in 5 years' time you go for a job interview and somebody types in your name and you've been horrible to somebody and using not nice language and being abusive, that'll come up when you go for a job. So we need to make sure that children are aware of the ramifications of the internet and how dangerous it can be, not only for now but for later. But we will do a full program on that next week and go into detail on what you need to do and how to protect your child.
Yes. Ella, do you want to translate that, and then I could just add something?
Okay, you want to do so? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, please, you can go ahead.
اوكي فاين. شكرا جزيلا. هذه نقطة مهمة للغاية، وفي الحقيقة سنعقد جلسة كاملة في الأسبوع القادم لتناول هذا الموضوع، ولكن يمكن أن أتطرق إلى بعض الأمور العامة. بالطبع وخاصة الآن يقضي الأطفال الكثير من الوقت على الكمبيوتر والإنترنت بسبب الحظر والإغلاق. إذا للمراقبة الوالدية دور مهم، وأيضا يمكنك ضبط بعض الأشياء في جوجل حتى تتحكم في هذا الأمر. أيضا يمكنك أن تقيد الوقت المسموح للأطفال على الإنترنت. أحب أن أشير إلى أهمية الوعي والتعليم. علينا أن ندرك ما هي التطبيقات الخطيرة غير المناسبة التي قد ترسل صور غير مناسبة للأطفال أو قد تدعوهم إلى فعل بعض الأفعال الخاطئة، وعلينا أن نعلم الأطفال ألا ينخرطوا في ذلك. كنت في جلسة عن ضغط الأقران مع الشباب أو المراهقين، وقلت لهم إن قمتم برفع أي صور على الإنترنت عليكم أن تدركوا أن هذه الصور ستبقى للأبد. إن أرسلت أي صورة لأي شخص حتى وإن كان شخص واحد وقال لك لن أنشرها، قد ينشر هذه الصورة بعد انتهاء العلاقة مثلا. الأمر نفسه ينطبق على التعليقات. فمثلا إذا كنت تقوم بالتنمر على الأشخاص على الإنترنت ثم أردت قل بعد مرور 5 سنوات التقدم لوظيفة، قد يقوم صاحب الشركة بالبحث عن اسمك على الإنترنت ويظهر هذا التعليق. إذا هذا سيؤثر عليك. علينا أن نجعل الأطفال مدركين للعواقب الخاصة باستخدام الإنترنت، سواء العواقب اللحظية أو بعيدة المدى. شكرا جزيلا، ولكن هناك جلسة مطولة منفصلة بالأسبوع القادم عن هذا الأمر. شكرا.
Thank you so much. We have a few questions, Taban, and I want to get to them. I just wanted to add very quickly. Okay, so with regards to, yes, the topic of cyber safety and keeping our children safe, especially at this time when they are home and they are online for a long period of time. And I've been guilty myself sometimes when you're engaged with something, you know, to tell your kids, okay, take the iPad, go play far away, you know, and sometimes you're not able to monitor your children while they're on the internet, and that can put them in harm's way, unfortunately. But what I wanted to say is also one thing, and I'm speaking now as an Egyptian, someone who grew up in a conservative family, from a conservative culture. If we don't talk to our kids about controversial issues, if we don't explain to them these things, somebody else will. But sometimes it might be the wrong, in most cases, it's the wrong person who introduces them to those topics that we ourselves feel we don't want to, they're too taboo, they're too controversial. I want to also say, and this is not the time for the topic, although it is somewhat related, in speaking to several friends who work in the mental health field, one of the topics and subjects that has come out a lot in Egypt and all over the world, I have to say, even President Trump mentioned it, was the topic of suicide. And this is a topic it's a taboo subject. We don't talk about it because whether we are Egyptian Muslims or Egyptian Christians, it's forbidden in our religion to even, you know, contemplate suicide. So it is part of a conservative culture. It's not a topic that we take very lightly. But at the same time, it's a topic we have to discuss as a society, as a community, as a world, humanity, because it's something that is affecting many of us. And as a result of, you know, months and months and months of people being cooped up at home, fear and anxiety that comes as a result of this novel virus that has really taken over the media and has really, you know, changed our life in many ways. And so we have to think about, and again, when we thought about One4All Initiative and when we thought about these support groups, and I emphasize the word support groups, that it's a way for us as a community, as mankind, to come together, to share topics, and to share our concerns and our fears, and to have people, professionals like Chrissy, you know, on the issue of child protection, professionals like Dr. Zakaria and Dr. Rose in mental health, professionals like Dr. Khalid in the medical side, you know, to help answer our questions about COVID-19, and to have a safe space for every member of our community to be able to address those issues that affect us, that affect our children, that affect our society. Because if we don't talk about them now, we'll be writing about it. Researchers will be talking about how COVID-19 has affected our children's mental health, how COVID-19 has either caused an increase in domestic violence or an increase in child abuse. We need to deal with these issues. We need to discuss them. We need to talk to our children about them again, because if we don't talk to our children about these issues, someone else will. And in this case, we are putting them in harm's way. So this is, sorry for going on, but before we start the questions, if Alat would be kind enough to translate that. Yeah.
Yes, sure, with pleasure, sure. بالطبع موضوع الأمن السبراني أو الأمن على الإنترنت مهم للغاية، خاصة في هذا الوقت. أنا نفسي أحيانا أشعر بالذنب لأن عندما أكون مشغولة أقول لأطفالي استخدموا الآيباد ولا أستطيع المراقبة عن قرب. وأتحدث هنا بصفتي امرأة مصرية من مجتمع محافظ. إن لم نتحدث مع أطفالنا عن هذه الأمور سيأتي شخص ويحدثهم بطريقة خاطئة ويعرضهم للخطر أو الضرر. عندما أتحدث مع أصدقائي العاملين في مجال الصحة النفسية سواء في مصر أو في العالم، حتى الرئيس ترامب بذاته ذكر هذا الموضوع، وأنا هنا أشير إلى الانتحار والانتحار غالبا ما تحوم حوله هالة من الوصم أو العار، أو ننظر إليه على أنه تابو، أمر محرم ومحرم في الأديان سواء الدين الإسلامي أو الدين المسيحي، ولكن علينا أن نناقش ذلك في المجتمعات. والآن بسبب الانغلاق والعزلة والخوف والقلق وجائحة كورونا وتغير شكل الحياة، علينا أن نفكر في هذه المبادرة One for All أو واحد من أجل الجميع فيما نسميه بمجموعات الدعم. علينا أن نجتمع وأن نناقش القضايا ونشارك المخاوف، وأن نأتي بالمهنيين المتخصصين مثل كريسي في مجال حماية الطفل، ودكتور زكريا في مجال الصحة النفسية، ودكتور غالد وهو خبير في الطب يمكنه أن يساعدنا في طريقة التعامل مع فيروس كورونا حتى نستطيع التصدي لهذه القضايا. إن لم نقم بذلك بطريقة أو بأخرى فالباحثون بالفعل سيناقشون تأثير الفيروس علينا وعلى شكل حياتنا وعلاقته بالعنف المنزلي وما إلى ذلك. Thank you, Nancy. Over to you.
Thank you so much. We had a couple of people raising their hands. I saw Hannah. She has her hand raised. Hannah, would you like to begin? Hannah, would you like to begin? I don't know if your mic is working. Okay, until Hannah fixes her microphone, are there any questions we can begin with?
Okay, I got it. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was talking for about 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
That's okay. I wanted to thank Chrissy, and I'm really enjoying this seminar because it's right up to, it's very aligned with what I do. I am a school social worker. And my question was, what age group are we targeting with this program? It just seemed to me like it was elementary, but then we moved on, and I think we moved on to older children. So
yeah, this program is for 3 to 10. So I say to parents, even from the age of 3, they can start doing the My Body song because it's very simple and children need to know. But yeah, 3 to 10 years old is a good age group. Although the program works with older children as well. You know, it just all depends. But the videos and that are aimed at that age group.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's
now the other thing too is Nancy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was saying that's kind of me because I try to adapt it to whatever audience I have. Like sometimes, for example, in the orphanage, I'll have the very, very young children and then suddenly the older children will come in. So I try to make it relevant for the older children as well as to also train them so that they can provide that for the younger children. So.
But yeah, I just did 8 to 18 this weekend. And so you just talk a little differently, you know, you don't make it quite as simplistic to the older children, but they love the "if it don't feel right, don't do it" song. They made me do it twice.
Beautiful.
I know, just go figure.
Now, in reference to the suicide prevention, because I know Nancy, excuse me, Nancy, you were talking about suicide prevention and how we can incorporate that into the program, or how do we get it back to the stakeholders, you know, to the community at large. What we do here in the U.S. in Florida is I have an elementary school and I also do middle school. And what we do is the first month of school, we do a presentation, suicide prevention presentation. It's awesome. And the kids love it. And after the presentation, we get at least 5 kids that come in and speak with us about their thoughts. So this would have to be, the schools would have to be involved. And of course, you know, you would do it, you would teach the schools to do it themselves. You know, they would have a representative or whoever, wherever their supports are, whoever their support staff is in the school, and they would carry on that mission of presenting the suicide prevention. And it's awesome.
Oh, brilliant. You know, we have also Rose and Dr. Zach. Maybe we can put them also on the spot to elaborate on that as well from their perspective as they work in the mental health field.
Right. I'm also mental health clinical. Yeah.
Yes. So they're your comrades.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Hello,
shall I
would you like to
translate
translate?
that?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, please. Okay. أود أن أشكر كريسي على هذه الجلسة الرائعة، وأنا عملي مرتبط بذلك لأني أعمل كأخصائية اجتماعية في مدرسة. سؤالي عن الفئة المستهدفة، شعرت في البداية أننا نتحدث عن المرحلة الابتدائية، ثم بعد ذلك شعرت أننا يمكننا أن نتحدث إلى من هم أكبر سنا، ثم الإجابة كانت أن الفئة المستهدفة هي من هم في الفئة العمرية من 3 إلى 10. ثم قالت نانسي أننا يمكننا أن نطوع ذلك، فكانت تعمل في دار أيتام واستطاعت تطويع ذلك لإشراك الأطفال الأكبر سنا. ثم قالت كريسي أنها أيضا قامت بتدريب مماثل في نهاية الأسبوع الماضي مع شباب يبلغن من العمر من 8 إلى 18 عاما. يمكنك أن تغير طريقة الحوار وألا تبسط الأمور مثلما تفعل مع الأطفال. مثلا هؤلاء الشباب أحبوا للغاية أغنية إن لم تشعر بالارتياح لا تقم بهذا الشيء، وطلبوا غنائها مرتين. وبعد ذلك تطرقنا إلى قضية منع الانتحار، وقالت السيدة هناء أنها تقوم في أول شهر من الدراسة مع المرحلة الابتدائية والإعدادية بتقديم عرض تقديمي عن هذا الأمر، وبعد ذلك يأتي 5 أطفال للإفصاح عن أفكارهم. إذن على المدارس أن تقوم بذلك وأن تنخرط بشدة في هذا الأمر. معنا أيضا روز وسيد زاك، وهم متخصصون في مجال الصحة النفسية، يمكننا أن نستمع إليهم إن أرادوا. شكرا.
So if Dr. Zakaria or Dr. Rose would like to elaborate or add anything, and then after that, I would like to show you guys just a very short video that Karawan has recorded, as he again was not able to participate, unfortunately, because he is recovering from COVID-19 in the hospital isolation.
أعطي الكلمة لدكتور روز ودكتور زاك إن أرادوا، وبعد ذلك سأعرض فيديو لكروان الذي لم يستطع الحضور معنا لأنه يقبع في أحد مستشفيات العزل للتعافي من فيروس كورونا.
Dr. Zakaria, Dr. Rose, would you like to add something, or would you prefer I do the video and then if you'd like to add something later, we could do that? Okay, so I'll start the video. So what I will do is I will share my screen, and just give me 2 seconds, and then we will start the video.
سأبدأ في عرض الفيديو.
Okay.
ازيكم، اخباركم؟ انا كروان، انا اخصائي علاج بالفن ومعدل سلوك لاطفال مرضى السرطان. بقالي 21 سنه. انا للاسف كان نفسي ابقى موجود معاكم في سيشن، بس انا بكلمكم من داخل العزل لان انا مصاب بكوفيد للاسف بقالي 10 ايام. كانت تجربة قاسية جدا، بس الحمد لله برضو كانت تجربة مفيدة جدا جدا بالنسبة لي قوي. وأنا كنت ناقشت الموضوع ده من فترة كبيرة جدا بخصوص الأطفال بالنسبة للكوفيد، إزاي إن إحنا لازم ناخد بالنا منهم قوي، إزاي إن إحنا نهتم بالأكل والتغذية السليمة جدا لجسمهم، إزاي نخلي عندهم ثقافة بالنسبة للتوعية كويس جدا قوي قوي قوي، إزاي إن إحنا نهتم بنفسيتهم ان هم مش ذنبهم. طبعا الفتره اللي فاتت دي كانت فتره صعبه جدا عليهم، اتعرضوا لضغط جامد جدا نفسي، سواء اخبار، سواء بيسمعوا عن ناس كتيره جدا بتتصاب، بيسمعوا عن حاجات كتيره جدا مش كويسه. ازاي نستغل الوقت معاهم في البيت، ازاي ان احنا نحاول نخرجهم من المود اللي هم فيه، ازاي ان انا اسيطر على طبعا في ناس بيبقى عندها ضيق جدا وعصبيه، وطبعا ضغط نفسي وضغط عصبي وضغط مادي ومشاكل كتيره جدا قوي، ناس كتيره جدا اتعرضت لها.
Do you want Ella to?
Yes, sure. Okay. So, hi everyone. How are you? I hope you're fine. My name is Karawan, and I work as an art therapist for children with cancer for 21 years now. I really wish I could be with you, but I tested positive 10 days ago, and I am recovering in an isolation hospital. It was hard, but I learned a lot from this experience. The topic you're discussing is very important, and I said so many times. We should care for the children's health, nutrition, and by health, I mean physical and mental health, especially at this tough time. Children have been under immense psychological pressure, whether from the media or due to the bad news that someone got the virus or due to the lockdown. We need to help them maintain positive attitude, to be in a good mood. We should try not to lose temper. I know there are different psychological, economic, and financial burdens, but we shouldn't let that control us. Yeah, Nancy, you can read.
للأسف ده كله بينعكس على صورة أولادنا في البيت. فأولادنا للأسف اتضروا جامد جدا، في أولاد كتير جدا أو اتضرت جامد قوي. فأنا كان نفسي أشارك معكم في السيشن النهاردة. هحاول بقدر الإمكان لو قدرت، لكن لظروف تعبي مش عارف إن كنت هقدر أبقى موجود معاكم ولا لأ. لكن إن شاء الله الفترات اللي جاية إن شاء الله هكون متواجد معاكم، ونتكلم في حاجات كتيرة جدا قوي تخص الأولاد، بخصوص النظافة الشخصية، بخصوص التغذية، بخصوص ازاي ان انا اقدر اساعد اولادي في البيت، ازاي ان انا اقدر اهتم بيهم واهتم بنفسيتهم جدا 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 قوي قوي قوي. مهم جدا قوي، مهم جدا ناخد بالنا من اولادنا ونحافظ عليهم، وان احنا نخليهم يخرجوا من الازمه اللي احنا فيها ديت بحاجه احسن مش بحاجه اوحش. نحاول ان احنا نساعدهم ان هم يستفادوا فعلا، خصوصا كمان احنا داخلين على الدراسه الفترات اللي جايه، مش عارفين كانت الدنيا هتبقى ازاي، الدراسه هتبقى اونلاين ولا الدنيا هتبقى ماشيه ازاي. برضو دي حاجه جديده برضو عليهم، فلازم ننظم وقتهم كويس جدا ولازم ننظم حياتهم، وان شاء الله نقدر نفيدهم بحاجات كتير قوي ان شاء الله. وانا هحاول بقدر الامكان الفتره اللي جايه ان شاء الله اكون متواجد معاهم. انا بقالي كتير جدا بخدم الاطفال، وخصوصا الاطفال المرضى، وخصوصا مرضى السرطان. انا بقالي 21 سنه متفرغ للاطفال خالص تماما، فان شاء الله نقدر نفيدهم بحاجه ان شاء الله. شكرا لكم.
Thank you so much. Okay, and I wanted just to show one last quick thing, because very much relevant to what we're discussing, and it has to do with how this program, it's like a 1-minute video about the program here in Egypt.
طب انا هسألكم وانتوا ردوا عليا. اركب مع حد غريب؟ ما تقولوش لا، ما تقولوش لا. اسيب حد يلمس جسمي؟ اغير هدومي قدام حد؟ انا هخبي على ماما كل حاجه ومش هقول لها اي حاجه ابدا ابدا ابدا. طب انا هحافظ على جسمي وهغطي نفسي قدام اي حد، وهقول لماما على كل حاجه وهسمع كلامها في كل حاجه. هسمع كلام ماما، مش هركب مع حد غريب، يبقى ده ايه؟ صح. طب انتوا مقتنعين بالكلام ده؟ مقتنعين بيه؟ مقتنعين بيه ان احنا ما نغيرش قدام حد ونسمع كلام ماما؟ مقتنعة كده؟ ده صح ان احنا نغير قدام حد؟ ازيكم يا اصحابي؟ ده رعاية مفيش حياتي. ولا ما بحكي حاجة. يا لا احنا كده عرفنا الفرق.
جسدي جسدي هذا جسدي، ليس لأحد حق أبدا أن يؤذيني، يبقى جسدي لي حقا جسدي لي جسدي هذا جسدي ليس لأحد حق أبدا أن يلمسني يبقى جسدي حقا جسدي لدي يدان أحس بها.
I apologize. I'm not an expert on this, unfortunately. Sorry, bear with me. I apologize.
جسدي جسدي هذا جسدي ليس لأحد حق أبدا أن يؤذيني يبقى جسدي لي حقا جسدي لي جسدي جسدي هذا جسدي ليس لأحد حق أبدا أن يلمسني يبقى جسدي لي حقا جسدي لدي يدان أحس بها وعينان لأرى وأذنان كي أسمع كل الأصوات وساقين قويين أذهب حيث أشاء أمشي وأرى وكذا أسمع بيدي ألمس أدرك وأحس جسدي جسدي هذا جسدي ليس لأحد حق أبدا أن يلمسني يبقى جسدي لي حقا جسدي 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 هذا جسدي ليس لأحد حق أبدا أن يلمسني يبقى جسدي لي حقا جسدي.
I have to thank Chrissy for making that video, actually. So,
أود أن أشكر كريسي على هذا الفيديو.
sorry, because I messed up. I just want to show you a small part of this video, just so you see how the kids actually get involved.
This is my baby.
طب انا هسألكم وانتوا ردوا عليا. حتى مع حد غريب؟ حسيت حد يلمس جسمي؟ اغير هدومي قدام حد؟ انا هخبي على ماما كل حاجه ومش هقول لها اي حاجه ابدا ابدا ابدا. طب انا هحافظ على جسمي وهغطي نفسي قدام اي حد وهقول لماما على كل حاجه وهسمع كلامها في كل حاجه. هسمع كلام ماما؟ مش هركب مع حد غريب؟ يبقى ده ايه؟ طب انتوا مقتنعين بالكلام ده؟ مقتنعين بيه؟ مقتنعين بيه ان احنا ما نغيرش قدام حد ونسمع كلام ماما؟ نلعب كده ده صح ان احنا نغير قدام حد؟
Sorry, I had to show you guys our little katakit here in Egypt, our little chicks.
Sweet.
As you can see, yeah, the program it started already in Egypt, and Chrissy has some excellent videos. If you go to the My Body Facebook page and through the website, you will see many of the videos that have from the program being implemented in many parts of the world. And what's so cool is that every country it's different how the program is implemented. The use of music, the videos, you know, every person, ambassador can add like a creative touch to how they're presenting the video. So it's really exciting when you do it. And once you see how much of a difference it makes for the children, and getting the parents and the teachers involved. And sorry, one last quick thing. When we did this, we did it in a Nubian village as well, in a conservative community. And so the parents were very much involved and they really loved it. It was the first time that anybody has like formally, you know, discussed or brought up such a topic, as well as in the video you saw that was in Suhag, that was in Minya. So there were many parts in Upper Egypt where we did the program, and it was really, really much appreciated and very well received.
موقع كريسي عليه فيديوهات رائعة وصفحة الفيسبوك، وطريقة تنفيذ المشروع بتختلف من بلد لبلد، فكل سفير بيضيف لمسة خاصة، لكن من الرائع إدراك أثر البرنامج في حياة الأطفال وأثر إشراك المدرسين والآباء. نفذنا البرنامج في قرية نوبية محافظة وانخرط واشترك الآباء معانا. كانت المرة الأولى ليهم للسماع عن مثل هذا الموضوع أو في تناول هذا الموضوع مع الأطفال. الفيديو اللي تم عرضه صور في سوهاج والمنيا، فقد عملنا في مناطق مختلفة واستقبلنا الناس استقبالا رائعا.
So I see that Rose has her hand up. Sorry.
I was just going to say, on the website there are also 2 courses, and I see some people here that have done the course, which is Garda and Eva, and I can't see on the other page, but I'll see if there's any more. And Sala, yeah? Good. So thank you for taking the course, and thank you for sharing. And so there's a course on introduction to child maltreatment. And there's also a course on how to be a My Body is My Body presenter. So have a look there. Everything is free. So there's no excuse for not sharing it or not doing it. Just get involved with us. We'd love to have you join us and make a difference in your communities. Thank you. Oh, and Dr. Santam. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I know there's so many of you that have done it, and I really appreciate it, and I hope it's been useful to you and that it's helped. And of course, Nancy has done it.
Yes. So we have now Rose. If you would like to add, we'd love to hear your.
مساء الخير. سوري عشان خاطر النت قطع فجأة، معلش. انا حابه ان انا اتكلم عن خبره مصر في التجربه مع الاطفال ومع الحفاظ على الطفل بشكل عام، من كذا هيئه وكذا مؤسسه من الاطفال معرضين للخطر، سواء في التنمر او الاعتداء الجسدي عليهم او الاعتداء الجنسي. وفي تجارب حلوه قوي في مصر على مستويات مختلفه، سواء في الحضانات في المدارس. انا اخصائيه نفسيه في مدرسه، من ضمن البرامج بتاعتنا اللي احنا بنعملها طول الوقت ازاي اعلم الطفل انه يحترم جسده. بناتي في مدرستهم برضو بيتم معاهم الشغل ده بشكل جيد، ولما كانوا في الحضانه برضو تلقوا برنامج رائع جدا عن ازاي يحافظوا على جسمهم. برامج التلفزيون بتعمل دون بشكل جيد جدا، وبتعرض كرتون وبتعرض اغاني. في بعض القنوات بالذات بتركز، زي مثلا سات 7 كيدز بتركز جدا وبتعمل اغاني وبرنامج كامل. انا شخصيا بناتي حافظين الاغاني بتاعته بشكل حلو قوي قوي، انه ازاي يحافظوا على جسمهم وبيرددوا الاغاني ده بشكل جيد. في وجهة نظري ممكن اكون متعاطفة اكتر مع الاطفال ذوي الاحتياجات الخاصة في الجانب اللي بيتعرضوا له من التحرش او الاعتداء الجسدي او الجنسي، لانه للاسف مش بيعرفوا يعبروا بشكل جيد ومش بيقدروا يقولوا ايه اللي حصل معاهم. فيمكن دي اللي تكون محتاجين نبص عليها شويه. انا اشتغلت برضه بشكل جيد في الصعيد كله في النوبه، كان الهدف انه تدريب المؤسسات المجتمع المدني انهم يشتغلوا مع الاطفال المعاقين ذهنيا واسرهم، وازاي الناس هناك يعرفوا يشتغلوا مع اطفالهم. في الصعيد كله في الحقيقه تمت مشروعات هايله جدا تبع المجلس القومي للامومه والطفوله والمجلس القومي للمرأة، وتم الشغل من أول خدناها محافظة من المنيا لغاية النوبة، مش لغاية أسوان، لا لغاية النوبة، وكان شغل رائع. وعارفة كويس إن الشغل في الصعيد بيبقى هايل والناس متعطشة جدا وبتعمل شغل حلو، بس الجزئية دي جزئية حساسة بتاعة التعرض الطفل للتحرش أو للاعتداء الجسدي أو الجنسي، وبالتالي محتاجين جدا نركز عليها ازاي ما يبقاش الناس تخبي وانها ما تقولش انه ده حصل مع اطفالها، وازاي نساعد الاطفال بالذات المعاقين انهم يعبروا بشكل بسيط عن لو حصل عليهم هذا الاعتداء الاعتداء، لانه كتير من الاهالي كنا بنمر انهم لما يحضروا فيلم مثلا زي الفيلم بتاع نبيل عبيد، ازاي لما كانت معاقه ذهنيا تعرضت لاعتداء جنسي. انا فاكره ساعتها الامهات اللي كنت بشتغل معاهم كلهم تقريبا كانوا اكتئبوا جدا، وكانوا بيعبروا بمنتهى الالم. يا ترى بنات لما يوصلوا لمرحله معينه ممكن يتم معاهم هذا الاعتداء وما يعرفوش يعبروا ويوصلوا لهذه الحاله. فده كان اكتر جزء بيرعبهم، بيخوفهم، بيخليهم فقدوا الاتزان في جزء بعد ما كنا وصلنا معهم لمرحله هايله من التمسك بالامل والشغل الجيد مع ابنائهم وتقبلهم لابنائهم المعاقين ذهنيا. لكن يعني مجرد انهم بيشوفوا حادثه في الجرايد او فيلم او حاجه تعبر عن شخص معاق تعرض لاعتداء جنسي، وخاصه لو بنت وحصل حمل او كده، بنرجع جزء مش قليل من الخطوات اللي بنكون مشينا فيها. فيمكن يكون ده حاجة ممكن نبص عليها الفترة اللي جاية بشكل أعمق يعني. شكرا لكم وأسفة لو أنا طولت.
No, thank you so much, Rose. Ella?
Translate, Nancy? Yeah, should I go now?
Yes, please, if you don't mind. Thank you.
Okay. So good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I would like to walk you through the Egyptian experience. Actually, we have done a lot when it comes to children protection, especially from bullying or sexual exploitation. I am a psychologist at school, and we teach children how to respect their bodies. My girls were taught that whether in their kindergarten or their schools. Also, the media is so interested in sending messages to reinforce this. My girls know many songs very well about this topic, but my heart is with children with disabilities because they suffer a lot from sexual exploitation or physical abuse, and they cannot express it. We need to consider this more. I worked in Nubia to train NGOs on working with the children with mental disabilities. We have many projects here in Upper Egypt with the National Council for Women, with the National Council for Children and Motherhood. We worked in El Minya and Aswan, different governorates in Upper Egypt. I have to say, people are very receptive, but the topic is very sensitive. And we need to encourage people to be open about that if that happens to them or to their children, to report that. We, especially children, we want children to be able to say so. And let me focus on children with disabilities.
Yeah.
I once was working with mothers of children with disabilities, and I showcased or I played a famous Egyptian movie starring Nabila Abeid. It was a girl with a disability who was sexually assaulted, and all the mothers were shocked. They feared that this might happen to their girls. We have gone long way with them to accept their girls the way they are, but the moment we played this movie, we felt as if we have gone 10 steps backward. It was very hard for them to process that this might happen to their own girls, and the girls cannot even say so or report so.
I saw Mr. Ashraf, he had his hand up. Mr. Ashraf, I don't know if he's still with us. I saw that he had his hand up. Also, if anyone has any questions, feel free to raise your hand.
Nancy, can I just say?
Of course.
Something there. Just in response, I think that is exactly why we need to find a way to talk about this, so it is a more acceptable topic. The problem is hiding this subject if we don't talk about it, it is only to the abuser's advantage that we don't talk and we don't share and we don't talk to our children. You know, and we have to make this a subject. It's kind of like all the difficult subjects, the difficult subjects on disabilities and how we deal with people with disabilities, because sometimes other people feel uncomfortable. We have to teach people that everyone with disabilities is just exactly like us. They might not look exactly the same, but they feel exactly the same. They are just like us. And we have to show children that's okay. We have to talk about abuse. We have to talk about peer pressure. We have to talk about, as you said, suicide. All the difficult things in our communities. Everybody wants to just have this perfect life where there's no bumps and no difficult things to talk about. And we have to talk about the difficult situations, because if we don't, they just fester and they grow. And so the more we can do this and the more we can share and say it's okay to talk and it's all right to ask questions, and the better.
Yes, we have, I agree with you, Chrissy, and I agree with you, Dr. Rose, and we want to also provide one of the sessions, either it be a separate session or we dedicate one of the current sessions we have. We have Safe Kids program, which is the one that you're participating in right now, which would be offered every Wednesday from 7 to 9. Each week would be a different topic. Or, you know, related topic, and but anything that affects children and parents and teachers and caregivers of children. And then we have the session which Dr. Zakaria, Dr. Rose, and Shazlong was kind enough to provide, and that's the Raha Nafsiya program, which is for mental health support, and that's offered every Friday from 9 p.m. And basically, again, also we deal with different topics during that session. Our first session we had was talking about grief, specifically about bereavement, grief as a result of the loss of a loved one. And Dr. Zakaria and Dr. Zainab Abdin were explaining about the different stages of grief and about different techniques on how to manage grief. We have also, Dr. Khalid is with us, and we have also on Saturdays from 7 to 9, we have the medical sessions, which is helping provide important information from a medical standpoint on COVID-19, especially for people that are in isolation, either at home, in a hospital, or someone who's a caregiver of someone who has COVID-19. So what we're trying to do is we want this initiative and we want these support groups to be holistic. We want it to be comprehensive. We want to make sure that it's inclusive, so that every member of our society can benefit from these programs. We're also focusing on the spiritual side, how spirituality is a very big, important part of our healing as an individual and as a nation. And so we do offer that as well. So really, and we're open to any suggestions and any ideas from anyone. Having a safe space for children, for women, for people with special abilities, for people who have questions related to mental health or medical questions. This is essential and important for us, you know, to be able to offer that to you. So next Wednesday, we will have the same session, the Safe Kids session from 7 to 9. Friday, we will have the Raha Nafsiya, which in English translated means serenity program, and that's for mental health support. And then on Saturday is the medical program, which is offered by At Home Doc, where the medical doctors are there to answer questions that people may have or any concerns related to COVID-19. So again, I welcome you and I invite you all
Nancy.
Check our page. Yes.
I'm just asking, do you want me to translate that, or?
If you would kindly do that, and then we'll continue with the questions, but I see Judy also is shown up, so we would love to provide you with some entertainment from our gorgeous and very talented Judy.
Should I start now, or? Okay, so let me just know, should I translate that now or after the entertainment?
Yes, you can do that now. Thank you.
Hello, can I disturb? Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, I'm Satwinder. This is my first session with you.
Most welcome.
I wanted to ask, like I'm putting up in Indonesia and it's midnight over here. It's kind of 2 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
I am really interested in attending more sessions, but I wanted to ask, do we always have classes at this time? I mean, do you always interact at this time of hour? Because nowadays we are at home, but when my working schedule starts, I won't be able to sit that late to attend it.
Well, what we do is we do offer these sessions on Facebook Live. We record them, so with the exception of the Raha Nafseya, the mental health session, and that's just to respect everyone's privacy. We do broadcast them live on Facebook, and we record it, and we do present the link for people that maybe because we understand the time difference, they may not be able to participate. Definitely, I'm sure the people in Australia are well, have fallen asleep a long time ago. But we want people to be able to benefit. Maybe we can look at also maybe having some of the sessions early on, maybe alternating, depending on the schedule.
If it is in the,
part of it.
Because participating like this, talking face to face and getting your questions answered will be different than only going through the recordings.
Absolutely. And you can feel free also provide my email. You can always email me your questions as well. And I will be happy to share that as well if for whatever reason you're unable to attend. I would just give the floor back to Ala if she would be kind enough just to translate. And then I would like
Sure. Chrissy.
Judy.
كريسي قالت أن علينا إيجاد طريقة للحديث عن هذه المشكلة لأن عدم الحديث أو السكوت أو تخبئة الأمور لا يفيد إلا المسيء والمنتهك، ومثلها مثل كافة المواضيع الصعبة مثل التعامل مع الأشخاص ذوي الإعاقة. علينا أن نعلم الجميع أن الناس قد تبدو مختلفة لكن القلوب متشابهة. علينا أن نتحدث عن الإساءة، الاعتداء، ضغط الأقران، الانتحار، كل القضايا الصعبة في المجتمع. الجميع يرغب أن تكون الحياة مثالية، ولكن دون حديث منفتح ستنتشر وتستشري هذه الظواهر. ثم قالت الأستاذة نانسي أننا نقدم جلسة في هذا البرنامج كل أربعاء، برنامج أطفال آمنون من 7 إلى 9، وأيضا يوم الجمعة من 9 مساء يقدم دكتور زكريا ودكتور روز عن طريق شيزلونج برنامج للراحة النفسية، وتناولوا في الجلسة الأولى موضوع الحزن خصوصا الناتج عن فقد الأحبة، وتحدثنا عن مراحل الحزن وكيفية التعامل مع الحزن. يوم السبت نلتقي بدكتور خالد ليقدم لنا طريقة التعامل مع فيروس كورونا من خلال المنظور الطبي لمساعدة من يقبعون في العزل. البرنامج شامل يتناول قضايا مختلفة وهو دامج للجميع، يركز أيضا على الجانب الروحاني، وأنا سعيدة للغاية بتلقي أي اقتراحات. هنلتقي في الأربعاء القادم لاستكمال برنامج أطفال آمنون، ونلتقي الجمعة في برنامج راحة نفسية، ونلتقي السبت في الجزء أو البرنامج الطبي. ثم قالت مشاركة أنها تحضر من أستراليا وأن الساعة الآن 2 صباحا ولا تستطيع متابعة الجلسات في هذا الوقت المتأخر. وقالت الأستاذة نانسي أننا نسجل الجلسات ونبثها بثا حيا على الفيسبوك باستثناء جلسات الراحة النفسية حفاظا على الخصوصية. شكرا.
Thank you so much for that. That was very kind of you. So I'm going to look now for Judy, as I would like to turn the floor over to Judy so she can provide us with some lovely entertainment today, and hopefully you will enjoy it. You'll see why Judy is our entertainment for today. She's very talented,
جودي ستقدم لنا عرضا ممتعا اليوم.
قولي يا جودي، عرف نفسك.
جودي حبيبتي welcome.
أهلا.
أنا اسمي
أنا اسمي جودي محسن، عندي 6 سنين. أنا بعرف وبغني وبقلد وبمثل وأنا كمان هعرف النهارده يوم الإنجليزي.
شكرا. تلعب لنا حاجة تانية يا جودي؟ ولا تحبي تقولي لنا قصة؟
ماشي.
Okay.
قصة أرنب وجمرة.
Judy is going to tell us a short story.
علي صوتك بقى شوية.
كان ولا يحصل الكلام إلا بذكر النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. كان في أرنب جميل عايش مع باباه وإخواته. صحي من النوم مرة وكان جعان أوي. راح لمامته وقال لها: يا ماما يا ماما، أنا جعان أوي يا ماما، ممكن تهديلي الأكل عشان آكل؟ قالت مامته: حاضر يا أرنب يا جميل، أنا دلوقتي هحضر لك الخبز والجزر. قال لها أرنب: مش مستعد بيه. وهو في طريقه لقى الكلب وقال: أنا جعان أوي يا كلب، أنا عايز آكل حاجة، هو أنت بتاكل إيه؟ رد عليه الكلب وقال: أنا باكل العظم يا جميل، تيجي تاكل معايا العظم؟ نفسه رد عليه قال: لا، ما تاكلش العظم، يوجعني أسناني. أنت بتقدر تاكل العظم لكن أنا ما بقدرش آكل، يوجعني أسناني. ومشي وساب الكلب. وهو في طريقه لقى وردة وأخدها وافتكر يمكن ياكلها، لكن افتكر إن الورود ما ينفعش ناكلها، المفروض إن احنا نستمتع بشكلها الطبيعي لقى قطة بيضة جميلة. وقال لها: أنا جعان أوي يا قطة، أنت بتاكلي إيه؟ ردت عليه القطة وقالت له: مياو مياو مياو، أنا باكل الخبز يا أرنوب وبشرب اللبن، تيجي تاكل اللبن معايا؟ تيجي ناكل الخبز مع بعض وتاكل اللبن معايا؟ لا، أنا ما باكلش اللبن شرب لبن ومش بسبب القطة. وهو في طريقه لقى بطة وقال لها أنا جعان أوي يا بطة، هو أنت بتاكلي إيه؟ ردت عليه البطة وقالت له كاك كاك كاك، أنا باكل السمك يا أرنوب، تيجي ننط في المية وناكل السمك. رد عليها أرنوب لا، أنا ما باكلش السمك وأنا بنط في المية، أنت عايزاني أنط في المية وأغرق. ومشي وساب البطة وهو كمان قاعد يقول يا بطني يا بطني، أنا جعان، أنا عايز آكل، يا ريتني سمعت كلام ماما وكمان تعرف الخس والجزر. قرر أرنوب إنه يرجع لمامته ويعتذر لها وياكل الخس والجزر كمان. وفعلا يا أصدقائي رجع أرنوب لأنه شاف إنه ما ينفعش ياكل أي حاجة من الحيوانات التانية اللي شافها دي، وقال لمامته ماما. قالت له مامته أرنوب أخيرا رجعت فين، زي ما أنت عارف إحنا لازم ناكل الخس والجزر. أيوة يا ماما. واعتذر لمامته وقال لها أنا آسف يا ماما، أنا عرفت دلوقتي إن إحنا لازم ناكل الخس والجزر. أيوة يا أرنوب، أنت المفروض تاكل الخس والجزر وما تقولش على حاجة ماما قدمتها لك، لا لازم ناكل اللي ماما قدمته لنا. وزي ما أنت شفت بعينيك وسمعت بودانك إن إحنا ما ناكلش، إن كل واحد ليه أكل. وصرح مامتي وحضنته مامتي كمان وجابت لي الخس والجزر وأكلت. أيوة، إحنا المفروض نتعلم من الحدوتة دي إن إحنا المفروض نبقى نسمع كلام ماما وكمان ناكل اللي هي بتقدمه لنا، لأن كل واحد كمان ليه أكل معين وليه حاجة معينة. أيوة، وتوتة توتة خلصت الحدوتة.
Bravo. I'm not sure if my translation will ever do justice to her great performance.
Love it. جميلة جميلة جميلة.
الصوت كان واضح يعني يا نانسي؟
صوت
واضح كان صوت
It was excellent. بجد it was, I think, the highlight of the evening, to be honest, for me. With all due respect, of course. But Judy,
well done, Judy.
Superstar.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now, of course, Chrissy has another session in a few minutes that she's going to have to jump on. And we want to kind of wind everything up, but we have a few more quick questions. We would like, I saw Madame Hussein, she was, had her hand raised, and then we had Abdullah. So if we can just get their questions. Thank you so much, Judy.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Judy.
السلام عليكم. بشكر كل القائمين على العمل ده وعلى في مقدمتهم طبعا دكتورة نانسي. حابة والله سؤالي بالنسبة للضغط على الأقران لما يكونوا صديقين، في طفلين مع بعض أصدقاء، واحد فيهم الثقة معتدلة والتاني الثقة زايدة شوية، أو بمعنى يعني أصح في نسبة غرور شوية. فالتعامل يبقى مع الشخصيات دي ازاي؟ هل ننصح الطفل اللي هو ثقته متزنة باحتوائه ولا بالتكبر عليه، ولا مثلا هيكون بالمضاد او مثلا بنفس الفعل يعني برد الفعل، او ايه بالظبط؟ انا عايزة الحل يعني ازاي نتعامل مع الشخصية دي. شكرا جزيلا.
Shall I translate that, Nancy?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank everyone who's involved in this initiative, especially Dr. Nancy. My question has to do with peer pressure. What if we have two kids who are friends but with different levels of self-confidence? Let me say that one is like confident and the other kid is overconfident, or he is a snob, if I may say. So how do we advise the confident child to deal with the other overconfident friend? Should he contain his or her friend? Should he also try to act to be overconfident? So should he just go with the flow or go to the opposite direction?
Do you want me to take that, Nancy?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, so on talking to children, I always say that you need to listen to that song. If it don't feel right, don't do it. That you know what's right and you know what's wrong. And if your friends are trying to get you to do things that are not right or that make you feel uncomfortable, don't do it. We talk about surrounding yourself with friends that think the same way as you do. So if you've got a friend that's not got the same values or likes the same things that you do, and they're trying to get you to do something that you know is wrong, you need to end that friendship and either make other friends or try and persuade that person to your way of thinking. But you have to be strong and you have to be proud, and you have to, again, it's empowering children to know that what they know and what they feel is important and right, and that they shouldn't ever compromise themselves to do what other people are doing to get favor or to make other people like them. The whole thing on peer pressure, we could do a session on that as well, because it is a lot more complicated than just a couple of sentences.
إذا حاول صديق إجبارك على فعل ما لا ترتاح إليه فلا تفعله. وأنا أقوم هنا بالرجوع إلى أغنية إذا لم تشعر بالارتياح لا تفعل ذلك. يجب أن نتحدث أيضا عن ضرورة أن يكون الأصدقاء متشابهين، لهم نفس القيم، نفس الاهتمامات المشتركة. وإذا طلب منك شخص أن تقوم بشيء تظنه خطأ، فإما أن تترك هذا الشخص وتبحث عن صديق آخر، أو أن تحاول إقناعه بترك هذا الأمر. يجب أن نمكن الأطفال ليشعروا بالقوة والفخر، وألا يرضخوا للآخرين ليحظوا برضاهم. وبالطبع يمكننا أن نعقد جلسة منفصلة عن هذا الأمر، الضغط الأقران، لأن الأمر معقد ولا يمكن إيجازه في جملتين. شكرا.
Thank you so much. Again, this has been amazing. We've had some very important questions and wonderful comments. And Chrissy, I mean, as always, did a fabulous job explaining and introducing a very important program. Really, I think what's really important as well, I mean, we work as like one team. We have like Dr. Rose and Dr. Zakaria as mental health professionals, and Hannah as well. They work with children that may have issues, or even adults that may have had issues related to any sort of abuse. When we talk about a program like My Body is My Body, we're talking about a preventative, comprehensive program that is easy to explain to children and entertaining enough to have children interested in the program. And so we work on both ends. We work in treating the after or the long-term effects of abuse, and we deal with also the preventative side of empowering the children so that they are able to advocate for themselves at times when adults are not available to advocate for them. So this is very important, and again, we thank Chrissy. We cannot thank her enough for her amazing contribution to the world with the My Body is My Body program. All the children's lives that she has really saved or affected, the millions of children. And we welcome, of course, this program here in Egypt. And we are in the talks now with different people and a specific agency, I won't mention the name unless they mention it themselves, about translating these programs and also having it more wide scale implemented throughout Egypt and throughout the region and around the world. This is why we have people here from different parts of the world, as you can see, from Africa, from Europe, from North America, from Asia. So it's exciting to see all of us coming together. We're like one community. And I think as a whole, everyone is working on their side. And I just have to also go back to what Dr. Rose said about people with special needs or special abilities.
Yeah.
They should be our focus, as with right now with the COVID-19, the focus has been on people that are vulnerable, our vulnerable communities, people with compromised immunity, people that are elderly. I am someone who lost somebody very near and dear to me because of that very recently. So it's very important that we reach out to every individual, especially those that are more high risk or vulnerable, and ensure that they are protected during this very unprecedented and very difficult time. And again, we welcome you all to give your suggestions. And I just want to say one last thing. I want to thank Ala very, very much.
Thank you, Ala.
A pleasure. Thank you. I do appreciate it. So kind of you.
Because
So kind
I
of
know
you
how
too.
difficult. I know how difficult it is to translate. I tried it before and I ended up with the migraine. I totally understand, and I respect that. And also
Thank
for
you.
Steve and for
Yeah, of course.
yes, and
Yeah.
for
All right.
Of course.
Thank you.
we cannot thank you enough as well for your contribution and making this program, making it possible for this people that are hearing impaired to benefit from this program, as this is very important, and this is really the objective of this program, so that it is inclusive. So thank you to our
Most
speaker.
welcome. Thank you.
So much to
Thank
Alaa.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you
Thank
to
you.
A pleasure. A pleasure.
and thank you to Rose and Dr. Rose, Dr. Zakaria, to all the My Body ambassadors.
Yes.
And for working with young people and making sure that they are safe and they grow up to be healthy adults. And so if I missed anyone, I apologize. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for everyone who contributed tonight. And in general, I welcome you all as our family. So we are a family, and I hope that we can continue to do good and to have a greater impact, and really looking forward to the next sessions to come. So I'm done.
And thank you, Nancy, for hosting it.
Sure. Thank you.
You've done a
Nancy.
great job.
Thank you, Reda.
Thank
So
you,
kind of
Nancy.
you. Thank you.
And thank you also for participating and joining us. It's been great. Thank you.
Thank you, Chrissy. I'm so happy I was your voice in Arabic. I'm not as pleasant. I don't have a pleasant voice as you do, but happy that I represented you in Arabic.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. And sorry we spoke so much. Nancy and
That's
I
okay.
both
That's okay.
are very verbal.
I'm especially verbal, but that's okay.
Thank you so much, everyone, for contributing.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
I do
you.
have to go now, so we'll see you
Thank you.
next session.
Yes, next
you very
session,
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
7
Thank you.
o'clock.
Good night from
Please check
Somalia.
the page and you will know
Thank you
more
from Somalia.
Thank you, Chris. Nancy,
Take
thank
care,
you.
everybody.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay.
Thank you all. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Successful. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Bye.
other
Thank you
session.
so much, everyone. Bye.
Friday, we have our next session, which is
Thank
for
you.
Raha Nafseya, for mental health support. So we look forward to seeing you. Check out our Facebook page for One4All Initiative, and you will see all the links for how to register and to participate in any future.
Madam Nancy. Madam Nancy.
Yes.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you, Nancy.
Madam Nancy.
Oh,
Madam.
Ghada, I wanted to introduce you to Dr. Zakaria and to Dr. Rose as well.
Okay.
Ghada is one of the
Madam Nancy.
body ambassadors from Sudan.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
مرحبا كيفكم؟
Hi. How are you?
نتكلم بالعربي بقى.
كيف الحال؟
مرحبا بك.
الله يخليكم. تسلم إن شاء الله. شكرا لكم. شكرا
سعداء
نافع. أهلا وسهلا
وحابينكم
بكم.
تكونوا معانا ان شاء الله في اجتماعنا الجاي في الراحه النفسيه. يعني on the behalf of Madam Nancy and One4All, I would like to invite everyone that joined today to be joining as well for الراحه النفسيه. It's a pleasure and honor.
At which time? Because I have another session on Friday. I give awareness classes in other group. So at which time? Yeah.
Friday at 9 p.m.
9?
Time. Yes, 9 p.m. Cairo.
Madam Nancy.
So.
Yes.
Madam Nancy.
أيوة دكتور.
I would just like to extend a special invitation to Ala to be present on Friday. She did an amazing job today.
Thank
I
you.
would like to have an invitation to everyone, particularly, but Ala is amazing.
Thank you. That's so kind of you. Oh my God. Thank you. It's a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor.
It is real. You deserve it, Ala. I like it, your translation. شكرا لك.
So kind of you. شكرا. الله يخليكم. شرف ليا كبير. شكرا. Of course, I'd love to attend as a participant and as an interpreter. It's great in translation.
You did an amazing job. I am so impressed with the translation and the word for word. It's so professional.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the contribution.
So kind of you. So kind of you.
I think you can consider yourself officially kidnapped by One4All Initiative.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I have to go right now. I'm very happy today with you, Nancy, and the other members. It was really informative for me also. And I like your program, and I hope to follow you next sessions.
Thank you. And I will share the link from this session on our One4All Facebook page, so feel free to download it and share it as well.
I will. Okay. As-salama. Have a nice day and have a nice evening. Okay, bye-bye.
Salam, bye-bye. Salam. Bye.
I just wanted to introduce you guys to Mr. Hussein Al-Wahi. And he has a program called Darabni Shukran, and Darabni Shukran is also one of the partners for One4All, and they offer a wonderful program also on a weekly basis, at least twice a week, different sessions and different speakers. So you can also find more information about that program also on our Facebook page, One4All, and they are one of our initiative partners.
Thank you, Dr. Nancy. شكرا جزيلا لكل الحضور. وإن شاء الله everyone here is invited to share us on the Redni Shukrans platform. Thank you for this very good time. And we are all very pleased to have this session. I think we will change all our life after this session. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thanks. Again, I just posted our Facebook page, so you can go there and check it out, and you will have all the links on how to register for the upcoming sessions. And again, it's an honor and it's a pleasure to have you all today. I look forward to seeing you in our upcoming sessions, the next one being on Friday at 9 p.m. With Dr. Zakaria and Shazlong offering the mental health support group sessions, Raha Nafseya.
Perfect. And I did accept the kind invitation. شكرا على الدعوة الكريمة. بس لو حد ممكن يبعت لي اللينك أكون شاكرة، سواء مترجمة أو حضور، بس أسمع.
Absolutely. You will be the first to get the invitation. Thank you.
الله يخليكي. شكرا حبيبي.
شرف لينا.
شكرا. العفو. الشرف ليا.
And Abdel Nasser from Somalia, please feel free to join as well. We would love to have you as we are very keen to ensure that there's a greater reach for this program. And of course, our brothers and sisters in Africa are, always most welcome.
Thank you, all of the team. I'm Abdel Nasser Abdi Hassan from Somalia, and I'm very happy to be here. So I'm glad to share my experience as a community worker in Somalia.
Thank you so much. And I see we have other people here as well. And Jan, and I'm not quite sure where you guys are calling in from, but please feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is hello. This is Kavalpreet. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, this is Kavalpreet. So nice to attend this wonderful session. but because of the difference in time zone, it's late hours over here. If we can know about the schedule beforehand, we could manage to arrange for the things. I'm so happy to hear from you. Nancy is here. I would love to see Chrissy Sykes. And thank you to all the wonderful participants and the guests over here.
Thank you so much. And you were calling in from Indonesia, correct?
No, I'm calling from India.
Oh, India. Okay, welcome.
Okay, I'm also I'm Kawalpit Kohli, an educator. Teaching is my passion and love kids. So I was so interested in this session over here, but was a bit late because of the time difference. I thought it's tomorrow, and by chance, matter of chance, I checked my system and I found the session was on. But still lucky enough to meet such beautiful people who are working for a noble cause. Thank you so very much for sharing such a wonderful platform to learn, to grow, and to explore. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure, and it's an honor to have you with us. Thank you so much. We'll try to also arrange sessions a bit earlier if we can, because we do want, to be able to provide an opportunity for more people in other time zones to be able to participate. Thank you again so much for your participation. And also Dr. Satnam from the UK, thank you so much also for joining us today. So if no one has anything else they'd like to share, I wish you all a wonderful evening, and looking forward to seeing you all at our next Raha Nafsiya session on Friday. And then this session will be repeated again next Wednesday. Thanks so much, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much.